This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Boadu TV, I'm going to come from Basonate, straightforward, they call Kevin Taylor, Akache. Wakasa Kwete by election victory, they call NDC, or say MPP still in doubt. Omuni said, Omona, Sasemi at home, Musa Dankwa, ne prediction, no, a pim. MPP for be someone Omuni, Musa Dankwa, them say they are NDC and a baby. Because Omona buying our power, you know. For no sell but to a mount never high SMP before. Until young Mr. Damka DB by now Kevin Taylor fire after your market, just a coffee bray, Kennedy, a couple of Japan more squad. I tell you so.
The MPP, a year Ategya chairman of Framing Bray. And I'll say, country MPP for say, amo machines some of the buy no, computers no, Pentium 2 no, Mombasa, na insuo guso ase no, mojiminti, moja computers no akutia na masaba nkran, and a grassy for no so ekom krum, and a omokekansem hunu ewo radio so TV so, enti media may your smartphone and amaba mi bejum ama Ghana for ehunu kreno. Jandam is dead, enti ama some Ghanaians feel say, I just say news in your because in Ghana no every day biano na uhu ana wote in sembia nipa biaka we see on TikTok is quiet, on Facebook is quiet, on YouTube quiet, all platforms are quiet. The reason is that jandam ni hobium. Now hardly do you get people even sitting on even traditional TV for an hour to tell you what is going on because jandam ni ho, because they cannot cook stories, because they cannot cook lies. So right now it looks like the system is stale. I say BBN but news my already say mobeti no kreno news no edoson lots and lots of news in the system. Inti yeba be dijuma no news a ewo ha nipa bi mpese on beka ho asem no yebeka nyina akere mo na Ghana for ehu no kreno say ya na de chekere man ye de no kre ye de sebio respect and ye de chekere man the moment a obeji obeji atum say e wo say de no kre chekere man no aya na o man chekere na easy. And in the Ghana for it to be some say, hey, Ghana pani, and then that dear John Mahama and Namho to me cast some fun wing. Hey, Ghana pani, and I intro near chat to John Mahama so in summer na enim, and the nipper to be embo John Mahama Dean, all the nicknames and every John Mahama. If we say Omunim said Yomokani at short. So who say Obi ka John Mahama sem? Nasa went to Mambo John Mahama Dean, say John Mahama na your way, now or the DB nefrem John Mahama, Sandy Pano a trofo. It's simple as that. Tamana Kufuado power, or Baumia power, MPP for power. No, every single day we are criticizing the Kufuado, Baumia. We use their names. We made them understand that what they are doing is wrong, and we just didn't say it. We use the facts to back our statement. Now, everyone be an say, Nipe be our so jina social media, jina TV so, jina radio so. On to me, but John Mahama Dia. Or creating a DB Dama John Mahama say, oh wait, no, na sani pano osro because you're not all kind of oninjina so. Because asemo can only facts and anything that all create a D for John Mahama. So nipa na asemo can say no cre na so him said your can your friend say omeya no betu ya no a obebo John Mahama die to ase say President John Mahama ade we na oye. But on say jandam nti atronti they cannot mention John Mahama's name. In Tubako TikTok no Omu create different names, and in their head, they think people will know John Mahama Dina Obo. That will not stick. It means the Sabibia. Anytime I catch a Ghana for say, Saotis will be at the divu for being John Mahama, apart from John Mahama, His Excellency, Sandy Pano or a trofo or a conconseni or Yenipa or Kano Cre. So you always stick to the principles, you always stick to the basics. So Oko CNN, Oko BBC, Oba Ghana's CNN. There is nowhere when we say omudi nickname every president and now omudi a DB ato a yepenyini they call the person by the name because they know say whatever they are saying they have facts to back whatever allegations they'll be putting across on their platforms. Anything about platform we swear yambo guy name waha yambo nickname waha yen creating nipa edima yabo udi emanisi yabo udi na yafrao embonsamba munya kukudro sa wose wahwe ni fasho benkum Na se wo hwe na wo mu edu pa Bojo Mahamadin. Boy dina dia wo so abotu ase o. Enye sa ye be hu se mu ye moa. Iti concert no eso abrase kakra. It was right now no. Our social media platforms, our news platforms, I say decency bia be mu kakra. Yeah, decency be kakra because majority of Oma Omokase bebrebe eye dede jimi no. They don't have facts. Now they are scared to just go out there and malign people. They are scared to go out there and just say anything because they know say the laws will work. They know say the laws will work. Iti say unim say opeso journalism, opeso oka the ekoso ehun asema. Get your facts right. But the idea of thinking say you are going to create name, you are going to do this, nani pebijin say what kind of credit it will not work. And this message goes to every single person, bloggers, journalists, whatever, news, vlogger, whatever you want to call yourself. So I person Ghana for you with dia, make sure you mention names and san obi who said dia wokano, sebi onyansa wom and a sebi o engineer so. It's simple as that. Now, yakwa kwetia aba and yenyina yehu de esiwa akwetia. Now akwetia issue na esi no eye asembia we cannot just play around it. And into the ending you ya saba ye betimu biem. Makatra Ghana for say the NPP as a political party. So when you would check na wutie omo na omo ye discussions. Especially me, I spend a lot of time listening to NPP supporters, sympathizers. That is how I'm able to get into their head. That's how I'm able to know their level of intelligence. It means almost I'm spending time on social media. Time and I'm spending on me use a lot of the time to study NPP executives, their grassroots, and the people who call themselves NPP sympathizers. Especially on TikTok I watch a lot of things they say. And normally when you take your time to listen to them, you realize they say 90% of them, they don't even understand the problem part in the womb. They don't get it. They don't get it. They don't understand. In their head, it is a fight between them and the NDC. That is the problem with the NPP. But Yedruwa, I will discuss that with you. But before that, Endra Mekachere Ghana for say, a year Papa we are or year MP for a year new job in South. Papa, your friend, a year Michael Okyere Baafi. Now, Yakacha say he needs to come out and resign. If it's a statement or making or Akwitiano, it was an emphatic statement. Or say NDC we need Akwitia seat now or be resigning as a member of parliament. This is a very heavy statement. Senka NDC MPP we need elections no Akwitia. Anka or the SAR statement because parliament. Akache Ghana for say the NPP base and Ghanaians should respect him. And that he is not a liar. And that he is a lawmaker who is consistent and speaks the truth. Now, the statement to make ewa Akwitia say NPP lose elections no Akwitia and was say a permanent free parliament. It's a statement you and I we cannot underestimate. We cannot just look at the statement as a mere simple statement. No. That statement, it goes down or it cuts deep. It goes down when you talk about a principal politicians. We can't allow people to just make statement and walk. Now, this is not just a simple statement. This is a very heavy statement. The reason why I say heavy is say this guy didn't go to parliament just by himself. A nipa bi na gye na no asem e believe the oka and to me and omowere shade mu say uncle parliament. Now, majority of Ghanaians are saying this guy should resign. Asem na oka no na etu nsini so. Asem na obi na no kire ka kire Ghana fo no oka kire nkwara e ka kire mpanifo. Oka kire Ghana fo nyina. Now, this twerp, this idiot, Adiachi he is still trying to run away from his own statement. And if we know or say a year uncontested 2028 elections into our apologize, we don't care. Remember this guy, Timer Obewini MP, a year job in South, first time. No, you can go into the archives of Asasi Radio. Or catch Ghana for catch a year Dwabin South for say he's just going to be a one-term MP who is going to come and refix things. Essay no. Inti say ato abama na on there he doesn't even want to go more than one term. Akwa win a cast as way. He sat on Asasi Radio and will make that statement. Now that was the time and now we winning MP seat no. Or catch ahemfo mo ho, or catch nkwara mo ho. Nipa omodi omure shade no. He made that emphatic statement say on the obeko MP one term pe. Na eye esibe ye Boadu de na we Jimmy wanya nyoma ye inti ono Eba betene nyoma ewo edien Dwabin South just one term and then he walk. Now obewura mu a omodo to abanema no enkwara ani penifo edane abane hye ne nsa no yetwa na osabeka kire ye say ahemfu bi ani penifo bi ewo constituency wo pa ne chew say ono de onsanko another term. This guy abra na ohini bia mpa ne chew abra bia na penyini bia mpa ne chew. And that was the strategy he used. Or the da Ghana for he said osari contesting BM Emma MPP for real mumano Emma ni winning 2020. Now Ebe winning 2024. Now for this guy to come out today again to tell us to say, oh, on the case obe resigning, se no on resigning BM. Now 2028 no enya dia obe sako parliament no. Echire wa bodam ena nipa say obetfa na asem atu utrim aginity. This is a person that 2 days ago also say MPP losing elections now. He will resign honorably. This same person after just 24 hours NPP losing election no resignation or say on resigning. And also catch say yenjini ndi na 2028 uncontested biom echire we Jimmy. Akwa we omu ahemfo a omo eye Dwabin South. Sa Jimmy Fowe ombu Ghana fo a ye de taxes etua ne ka ema ne fu ayes aponchireni omuye. Sa Jimmy Fowe he underestimate every single person. And say wo eye Dwabin South. Na sa akwa we efrin kran be ka kire wo say ochira no pa ye ba be see hospital wo ho a wo be gine dia na sa wungini ndi. Because time obe wini MP first kran no oka say okọ one term pe. Now after one term no be free so. Time drew also free so no simply for na kasa say on to aso. Wasa be shebo say MPP wini wakotia obe kwete ana obe resign if parliament. In 24 hours wadane ne ho be ka kire say akwetia som na okan no opa achew na ono kura no 2028 uncontested also we Jimmy for. So you expect me to sit here and such a person I may address this honorable onim nyansa all because or parliament. Because you see, there are young people, they are looking up to this guy. You will be a old school to see, I'll say, Papa, we know with Jimmy, and so, or the dimu sa be MP. Or any pebia, Sebio, Misha MP na Odino, Sebio, Nyoma, Oya, me pesa me sumini, na be penny pa, ne e bia. Mabaya MP, but me kwasiate sono. Now, such a person, or a member of parliament odi a whole constituency nim. He cannot keep his word. What shows to say abrantie we and papa we or call parliament as someone beka ohono or ba beka no krena chiromo. Do you remember this guy? This is the same fool. E-levy time and omo person mucha E-levy. Mr. S, get me the video. Time and MPP person mucha E-levy. Omo person omo the E-levy ba. Na NDC for a press E-levy no. Mema omo fa beto Ghana for so. Sa papa we di ni Jimmy ekwo ni krom just Dwabin South. Okogada Ghana for mayiwa ne mabawa ene mrewa ewo edwom eka kire omo say E11 no omo ne NDC for na aka omutira bom na NDC for na agi atum na omo ba TV so omo person ba agi atum ba omo ne NDC for di nkomo a NDC for so omo famra akwawe. Okojina eye ni krom ka kire omo say E11 no or the Babesi hospital. E11 no or the Babesi school. E11 no or the Babe ye kwan kwasiampanyi we. Ojina dwom etwa atro ekire emayiwa emabawa ye maamenom ye nuanom ewo Dwabin South akwawe. Enti akwawe ni Jimmy no enye enne ena ni Jimmy ni start ye. Enti so obeka kire wo say, oh, the AC no nti 2028 men contest ya. we Jimmy on kano correct now. In fact, 11 time when I near to Parliament, Ghana focus your pay 11. Kwasia we ekon Chrome, New Jaben South. Okojina jom, oh jom vomano. Or catch almost say 11 no de bano. Oh, NDC for no makasa okukum say yemfa 11 imbra. Kwasia we. Adiana oya in there enya new. It is something he has been doing for years. With Jimmy Ache. Emma, because an MPP were power Jimmy Fowey. Obu constituency no owu omuso mwe Jimmy obu omuso mwe nkrasefo because asem we akogina the constituency kan in 2024 no obedru nkran a onkata asem no ho omu ohene no ho no omu ohema no omu eye edwomfo a omu wo ho owu omuso mwe Jimmy omu ye nkrasefo into obedru ekrom ho a our message a ode momo. This was 2024 11 time okogina edwom ekwaje Mike etwantro ekre New Jaben South for say omwe Jimmy na we the MPP for no NDC for no na omo ne omo planning unum say akwasi ampanyi we time na omo ko IMF we Jimmy ache na on say wasam maaya na fu na yesa no Jimmy na gumo akwa we he does not have to sit in parliament. The leadership of the NDC should make sure he resigns. Sa akwasi we ya time na Ekufuado de ko IMF kenofuri atamo de ko IMF. Before that, na NDC for at forcing Bahama muye crossroads. Eka just a DDEP baba MPP diabeko IMF. Sa kwasia we sa kwatena ni krom. Emma ofre eye de journalist for ba ni krom. Emma osaka ekire ni krom for say IMF no omoko no. Eye small boys. Time na omoko IMF no na kwasia we kache Ghana for say omomko IMF bia. Na oko IMF a na say o kache IMF say wankasa we Jimmy untumi hwe osika sem so nti omonje wo kuro no asem okotina de krom efre Ghana web for so omumbe interview no owie na osaka say ai omo the deputy finance minister ne ka kire ne say omudu IMF for small boys ade na omo nko IMF sa time no for yata for play na oko IMF akwa we nanim so o deputy trade minister sa Okyere Baafi Kwasiampanyi we na o deputy trade minister enti this is the MPP for you. Sa MPP na and then Nkwasiafo nyina ko jaba omia any Kennedy Japan chi any brand champion chi no. These are the same foolish people. Original TV so ka kire say IMF small boys yanko IMF bia na deputy finance minister ka kire nse nkwa na tewo. Na okosa ope bailout na it means say usika sem no wase no kura ma wagimi nti IMF na meje man no. Nti anya de ombeko IMF okoni krom and of Ghana web so omra. And o gather the krom fo no ho and this is the message of the maomo. Did it end there?
People were being power by this time. People would have been selling human beings on the street of Ghana. I am telling you.
This is a former trade minister. Okyere Baafi Jimmy Fowe. On you. Okoka che the chrome for say IMF no small boys. Oko for bailout. Na say wanka say we Jimmy no. Oba Accra no betina TV so. Obetina TV so no. Otile na oka. O say oh right now they are engaging the IMF. Osa bedru nkran no. Oja Jaben South for no hono. Osabedu Accra no betina TV3 no. Osi oh, say we are engaging IMF. Kwasia we ya saka kire say IMF ko ankora na wo ho. Deputy Finance Minister Kra Kachere say they will never go to IMF because so ko no ka say you are coming for bailout. And say one ka say aban we Jimmy. Any 2 days no saba nkran. Oba nkran no betina TV so ka kire nkran for say the government is willing and ready and the government is engaging IMF. Kwasia we ka kire say 2028 uncontested. Abra waka say Ekwetia NPP lose also resigning. So why is this fool still an MP? Who is going to believe such a charlatan? This guy is a despicable, dirty, filthy thing. Because as a deputy trade minister, former deputy trade minister, every statement he made, Biano, you could see say Akwawoye Jimmy, and he speaks out of foolishness and ignorance. How can we have such people in our parliament? And there you say, every single day, we are the people feeding these dogs. A dog like this, no, we will give him money, and then he will spend the money with some filthy lady. Now, Wasaka say, Jimmy, he needs to resign. You see, there's no argument about this. When the guy was making that statement, you could see, say, he was damn sure, and he was talking to every single Ghanaian. So why is it that today we should allow this guy to go back to parliament? Then Adietia, Kwasi bi free parliament abeka bibia fa no wedi. Ade chia also into there. This is a perfect time for us to use this goat to set an example. He needs to be the scapegoat. We need to use people like this to shape in the system. Because system not say a check. Some people have taken advantage of the system in the name of politics, in the name of I am an MP, in the name of I am a council of member. These people, we need to use opportunities like these to check the system. Say, yet to me, I get rid of this guy in parliament. No, we will run parliament. MPs in parliament will think before they talk. Yet to Kromha, and a Carlos Ahenkra, Kwasiampenyi way. A snatchy ballot box, and with that one, I blame Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin. On it is so Alban Bagbin is the one I blame. Now you're two about our Parliament, MPP Carlos Ahenkra. Kwasiampenyi no etumi snatchy ballot paper in Parliament. Ye jama Carlos Ahenkra etna Parliament. Na ende ye koto abado bi ko snatchy paper. Kwasiabe na ekwa no. Parliament ye shemra. Parliament a yemra. Parliament a omutumi gina mra so edidi obi asem no. Parliament atena ho ma Carlos Ahenkra to meet na parliament. Alban Bagbin every day talking about he having credibility and being one of the best statesmen and knowing all the knowledge when it comes to parliamentary issues, political issues, government issues. He sat in parliament and allowed that fool to sit with him. Alban Bagbin, he allowed Carlos Ahenkra, that fool, to sit in parliament with him. And what does it make you? If Carlos Ahenkra is an idiot, what does it make parliament? We need to let the system work. We need to check the system. We need to calibrate the system. Yaso so nkwasiasam so masa nkwasiafo to be cast on from wedi. Jimmy ways we free parliament or China or we command kofu eduradu momowu. Ade chi obeka say enyo ne kan ye. Because you see, words are very powerful. And words from people who are in leadership are very potent. Enti se nipa say any opportunity no na se odisa nkwasiasam say na yetna ho as a people na nipa fun say etumi sa tena parliament na yentumi am finding ways to get him out of parliament. Then it means we are setting a precedent. Kwasie bia betuma make a statement, the honorable tag no, we need to take it away. You get it? Then the honorable tag, no, we need to take that honorable tag away from parliament. Because if you allow this guy to sit in parliament, then there's nothing honorable about people sitting in parliament. There is nothing honorable about anybody sitting in parliament. This is a member of parliament. Oh, this guy has been a consistent fool. Oh, the inner monkey, no. This is a member of parliament. He used to be former deputy trades minister. Ya cheche maun to me. A state agency, ayan investigations, a picture maun to me. Edena kwashe a demo air question no. A former state minister. Obiena no say they are going to be aggressive, they are going to be destructive, they are going to cause trouble, and that the actions from the Yoko and the boss himself, it is stupidity. This guy, Kwasiawe. And you want me to come and sit here and say, address this bofrot as an honorable bofrot? How can I address this Nanka as an honorable Nanka? This guy does not deserve to sit in parliament. Say, young man being a question or granted side interview, we are catching. So why are we leaving or allowing this bofrot to be sitting in parliament? Abroad, no abeka say NPP and we need elections no akwitia. He will resign. There was no gun pointed to his head. He made this statement. So the inner monkey in these foolish people, MPP for anytime you release the inner monkey, you see say they are monkeys. Yeah. I want to send this beautiful message. to the paramount chief of Ejoso, New Jobbing. The paramount chief of New Jobbing. Andrew, me catch red Nana da Sibre Kweku Boatin the third. Da Sibre Kweku Boatin the third. New Jobbing Mahine. Nana, sansama etwagu nyina wate. New Jobbing wona ehye wonsa. Ade papa wurema unim. adeboni remusu anana winim sebio oyo hene kese and you cannot tell me say Sadia Brantie aye in some way a waking sebio we ohene a wedin tamakese etia konwa kese so no you also see this as a normal thing mempesa metena ha akase oyo ohene a utuntosuo egufom na wo do techere mafa anase sebio oyo ohene a oka asema a wundi so. And I expect you say, oh yeah, ohene a sebio oka asema wudi so. Na wunjina nkran ni muntete nkran ni ntuntosuo fa wakatira manfanti. Se abrantie wa ye frɛ no, eye Okyere Baafi a ofiri wo constituency. Ejina Ghana fo anim edinsie dintam se akotia election no ankoso ama NPP wini a obedi ne konwa beto no. Ewo se nana wudi anim na wo hwɛ se eye saa abrantie odna konwa to ho. Efiri se eka wo nenti na aka wo to. Obi eka asem wo ya enya de obetumi twa wagya. Se obi ebufu na se oka asam etia brantie ya oya wo de hye ofiri ukrom wona sebe oya oman niti sebe o so oman ne nsoso nsamfo so a oman ne betwi ne tia ka se we die yempene so yempe nipa a odi oman anim ana nipa anim a oka asam a onni so oya ohini amebu pa. And I never want to disrespect you in any way. I don't want you to be a permanent face on my show. And I respect the way I want to match you with Chrono, Abon buying, SCS, Nipo Muum, Emma Nipanu Tiao. Obi Bagas and another own your politics. Nana Ujina baby or the Wawa, a brand here way or caught the interview of parliament. Now Utinichi. Time and na ye veteran or parliament. Say Ome Trade Minister. Now Utinichi. What they will support no winshira every jobbing. Etna ka mu betina de chichire say oya wo this year ewiemo nsuomo baby obeko biare ne beko. It means say so oya wo this year ade a waye no e wo so ka kire wo this year say ontwe ne ho emfiri amanyosem mu ene parliament say nana wantumi andi sa adwuma wei amfa wano asem ambeto abontene amagana fo nyan hu say wo ya ohene a sebio eye ketahye proye ene sebio nipa ene atro enya de bia ososo so a ye ne sebio mebunu ya ba no ebu a e wose ye de ma no ebe din say ye unsabeka. I respect you a lot, and ade bia wose me ye bia na me di ebuo ma wo no me de ba ma wo nemom senya ufra ntoma ene wa hemfo edi na chi ebetena na chi eme evete no parliament no na wo gi atum say se odi bone a wo be bie wa no aka menya sure say e wonko esogu wo ketrema so a eno nko na obeka so odi boko na say ya e wo say no so wo ka enti today nana with all due respect me nshaw ena me threaten. I am respectfully telling you, speak on this matter and honorably tell this man to resign. Sa papa way by Ochirechi wamba amba resign ya na echire say Nkwasiade a Okyere Baafi eye ene enwa nyawonsam ene atro a odi no wofua so ema abrantie we edi dwabenman odi omabro ababa awabi akwara bi opanyini bi a owo kuro ma omodi omowure ahye saa kronfo we mu no send the way ntumi anka nche papa we say ensam a wo kae no di wonsam so a na sebio nana wonso wote se abrantie na akonwa wotene akonwa kese akonwa wote so mebu akonwa no. I respect you and I respect all the chiefs omo sawu area hono. So I don't expect you or you don't expect me to sit here and speak as if say minim tumi ekutao minim tumi ekutao pa minim say oyo hini a Ghana fo bu pa oyo hini a okasa ewo dwabena eye adwuma pa na menye sure say onya hini a wososo akromfo sam so wososo atro so onya ohini a wososo nipa onka no kore so enti say opese Ghana fo hu say ahini na wudi no sebio ahini na wudi no enye atro na sebio obo ho ban ewo eye dwaben enye politicians atro mudi na sebio wo wagye apene so say obebo ho ban a ene kire say oyo hene a ode emra na wo sabu emra na nipa a odi omo no ode anidie ma omo. If nana, with all due respect, if you don't speak on this matter and instruct this man to honorably resign. The kind of respect I will expect free obi to say me hono. Nana, everything there, unya. With all due respect. So Nana went to me and to enum tuo. Went to me and kasa wa asem we ho. Went to me and si ubo and kan kire be fi say. On twene ho emfiri eyedien parliament. If we say in some akokan no, sebio enya wo na wo so ne nsama ne kan ya. Na e kire say eye nana dasebre anase dasebre Kweku Boatin the third. Also uyo hinia sebio on kanokre. If we say yenim sese de usi akonwa so a eye no kra e de usi so. Eye se nkan ko nti de usi so. Ye pese dia wo be ye no ene na oman no ebehwe so. Dia wo be bo ho ban no ena oman no ebegye atum. Dia wo be po se oman ti no eno na oman no be po. Enti se nna no uyo ohene a wudi eye den dwaben so. Na se asem we abeto ho. Na se nana wentumi ansori ankasa. Because abrantie we convert no nkran. Udi ne chikoye. Na opese wiase nyina hu se abrantie we firi ukrom oye ode hye. We sua de ma ye ba be ma na bodini. Ye ba be bon so. Ye ba be ma no tumi ama ne digana so. Na se na abrantie we na sa atwi edi nsem hunu. Edi disrespect ama Ghana for ebu enimtia. We expect to wo ohene na sebio unim nyansa cha abrantie we no. Ye expect say wo ohene no ubenya saa kukuduro no ebia wano aka se abrantie na sam na okaye no se MPP enwini obetwe ne ho efri eye new job in seat no so no e wo so otwe ne ho. This is not a joke. Dasebre Kweku Boatin the third utie me wo phone number ye ma be the next 48 hours nana so when to man this adwuma we a and ye yeso ye behu to say said ye hu eye den Okyere Baafi no sebio send ye be treat Okyere Baafi no saa na ye be treat you memetia no me ni Okyere Baafi ma me ni asem me ni Okyere Baafi papa ni asem me ni Okyere Baafi ni kurom hene ene wa asem. Every say Okyere Baafi krom hene no, he stands for truth. So Okyere Baafi krom hene a odi de chiba nkran ebe support no bambaji to me entumi antia no anka nche se onfa sebio osia enya oyo a na se Okyere Baafi hene no ono so te se Okyere Baafi because okoto wo we onwa no ma koto enwa no ma enti ye pese na na wo kire se sa brantie we nsem a okan ye no e wo se odini bo hye so e wo se otwe no ho as a member of parliament of Ayden Dwaben South, New Dwaben South. Sa entumi amaso a mema Ghana fo mu say sebio nana onya nana e betumi agiwedi. Onya nana wo ka no kore. Sebio otfoa eye atroso. I expect to say enkoduru saa pempenso na imbebunu edo betena eye social media so aka wanim efri say when di eye no kore ankyere wo manba. Intermediate, what I can say is I am giving you all the respect and I'm showing you all the respect tonight. Mr. Anadwi Frabrantie, catch and say in seminar bano enisusun. Ni juma dia odi no onfanto. Se obua so obu amanfo odi omanima saa ne MP no onfanto if you say enya obi ena di etuo si ne so se onka asema okan no eno ano no nana obetemi nka biam na eche sa Abrantie wan resign. In some of the free man, Rabban, and your fe, and your day, a better time. All right. Now, let's go to the next thing. Inflation, I drop it in Ghana. Obi said, please don't pull Nana into this. Abrantie and the concrete, or convert no, I don't know Dinichi. Mumbusa and I didn't know Dinichi. Odinechi said, ye, Mamma from home. Now, inflation at Ababe drew a year. Inflation declines for 8 consecutive months as August inflation falls to 11.5 from 12.1. And you can say inflation nyoma bo senior abafo. Nana do danko ekufuado one abozege baomia any Kennedy Japan brand champion mo omo chichire Ghana no omo ja inflation was 54%. Na nyoma boaye diama sebi okodu baako betem kodu oti baako every betem ho a na yeton be 30 Ghana. And John Mahama ne NDC ba abemu. Bosome nkrompani. Nyoma boade a na ayedin edu oha enchichemu eduonum emiensa no. Eye 53% no. And the ate aba bedru eye oha emu dun mienu ene echire po baako. Na na dan kwakufu ado mu ja nyoma abodin sene ye to nyoma abodin oha enchichemu eduonum miensa echire po beye 9. Almost 54%. And the John Mahama betam free 54 no. Watie swaba bedu eye ohanti chemu edu mienu echiri pobako 12.1%. This is what we call managing an economy. And the nyoma bo nya ding. And they say edwadifo bedi no kura pa kire Ghana fo a nyoma omokofa aye from January besi August no. Sa nyoma no say bo na nkasa na omode gi a obemu say nyoma no bo no abafom. And this is all that we were expecting from MPP said and we wanted the government to find ways to make life easy and to also make life cost of living easy for us. Inti yakasi yebuma ya. Sa nyoma we na wo hwe. De oman no oba aban ne ye because uni bibi. Sa wo hwe nyoma boden a ekofoma e affect obi a. Se empo ukofa dollar asemba nde. Ne yakasa dollar e wo 30 a. And you will be Ghana beyond the use dollar, send your MP before catching, and they were right. But about Adriania, Yatodia, Obi Ghana be a when it comes to inflation, it is more important than anything else. It is your tinyo maswa, not dollar edu 50, and no problem. At the end of the day, no, the abani bayama nyoma buono yatisno. That is what you are concerned about. But as you see, aban way before dollar no every. Almost 17.72. And the dollar is lingering around 11, which is fine. Which is very fine. Because this is an economy that is resolute. This is an economy, it is showing signs to say it can basically fight on its own. On a normal day, any government at this time, and dollar could do almost 18. And can say a biano, dollar should be around where it is today. A baby anka also BR right now, no, whether CPPO, NDCO, MPPO, na anka baby and Nimyan dollar is supposed to be this. This is the normal dollar rate. What's a baby. But the issue is because of a kufu the neighbor Umia Kennedy Japan brand champon, Kobre Japan, any country, movie dollar could do almost 18. No, a dollar do 11 because they left something called panic in the system. Inti ama ya we could do point to be we are still not used to even the dollar making moves or the dollar fluctuating, because at the end of the day, no, it's about the pace. It is about how the pace dollar no air increasing. It's been 9 months. John Mahama before dollar increase 17 all the way to 10, and the dollar is lingering around 11 now. What is the big deal? Inflation has dropped. Now the government is trying to bring your confidence back. The government is trying to bring the confidence of the investor back. Senebeya investor say dollar is moving or shaking. It is not going to be that like Ekufu no baumia dollar no to me that at 11 adiabechine 14. No. If you can see say right now what we are seeing, it is reasonable. This is reasonable governance. Inflation is down. Every single thing is working. At least so nyoma 2 months ago. Now so offer nyoma at 10, $1 is to 10, 1 cedi is to $10. No, a cedi is to $10. At least for the last 2 months, no, the dollar has not appreciated 200%. From 10 to 11, it is reasonable enough for any businessman to still do business. But under Ekufu no baumiano, utumi koto ade no $10. Ubabedu Ghana na ton ade no $40. How do you actually take out or profit? How are you able to make sure say or capital nankasa kra won saka? So what we are seeing now is regular governance. It is a government. This is how it is supposed to be. Even the American dollar, no, once in a while it gets a little bit shaky. That is how economies are supposed to be. Your dollar cannot sit at 10 the whole year. No, your dollar cannot sit at 11 the whole year. But your dollar should not move from 3.8 to 17. No, it's not reasonable. Your dollar should not move from 10 to 15 in 9 months. No. So when your dollar is lingering around 11 and 12, you are good. It means the flow of the economy, it is stable a little bit. It is a see apostle. Even though it is becoming a what we call a roller coaster move, it is still stable. And you cannot tell me, say, your businessman be we're losing millions of dollars because the dollar is lingering between 10 and 11. No. If even the dollar stays between 10 and 12, still it is reasonable enough to do business with that kind of exchange, because now a businessman can at least measure the pace at which the dollar moves and the pace at which the city appreciates or depreciates. So you are able to, at the end of the day, project, because you see, business, investment, going import and export, it is all about projection. Now, if you have an idea of how things will go, you are able to project how the dollar will go. It is Obi Kofa dia, and I say Obi Kofa Nyoma, an importer. So Okwa Brochina Kofa Nyoma no Jina China no Ofa Nyoma. Obetuma ka say uni bibi. Nyoma wo ya mi fei. Mindru Ghana no, me assure say dollar ni 11 na. Medru Ghana na dollar ndu 12 or 13. Or another dollar ndu 14. At least he has given himself a cushion into Obedrua. So the profit near 2 million, that's only 1.8 million. He's fine because it is the volatility of the dollar. How the dollar is moving, but it's not moving at a crazy pace. Under Akufo-Addo and Bawumia. Because under Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, a businessman will order some things. And the Nyomani bedroom Monday, no, all order Nyomani dollar no ever pay 12. But Nyomani bedroom Monday, no, na dollar no akwa could do 14, 16, 17. Now at that point, what do you expect the businessman to do? So today, every single businessman can project. Every investor can project. Under Akufo-Addo Bawumia, we could not project. The projections were all off. Now, when you don't get the projections right, remember, projections are estimates. A majority of the time, it is a trend that allows you to be able to project. Consistency in trends gives you the room to project. It is also the pace at which the dollar is moving now. As a businessman, you can project how the dollar will move in the next 2 months or 3 months. That is what economists are saying. But Bawumia and any team, they could not even project, they could not even estimate that within a month or two, the dollar is going to stay in this range. All that they did was that they were suppressing numbers, and then their expenditure was high. Internet omu disikano and international dollar no every 24 hours the dollar that's what changes drastically. So businessmen started panicking. They have let that panic in the system. Even when people are not losing money, they get scared because they be a Akufo-Addo mo fast can free when you think about it as a businessman, when you see the dollar moved a little bit, you start to panic. It is what bad governance does. It kills investor confidence. That is what bad governance does. The Akufo-Addo say they killed the investor confidence in Ghana. When you even come to United States and the UK, their currency sometimes it gets a little bit of a shake. But the confidence in the investors want to say they know the American dollar will not depreciate to a point whereby they will lose all their earnings or lose all their profit. And that is what we need to understand. Into right now, what the business community needs to understand is say, at least we have a government that can promise you and let you understand, say, the dollar, even though it's shaking, it is not going to shake in a drastic way whereby you will lose all your investment. It is going to shake reasonably because the government is basically looking at the indications. The government is cutting down on the expenditure. The government is being real and dealing with the right things. What we need to do as Ghanaians and as investors, we need to slowly believe and have confidence in the system, have confidence in the managers of the economy. That confidence, enable to me, investors are pumping a lot of their investment in the system. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo left investors in Ghana in a panic. Every day, even when the dollar moves an inch, they get scared because under Akufo-Addo, for 8 years, that is what they studied. That is what they went through. So they are used to that. The scare and the fear and the panic is still there. But what I can tell every experienced businessman or investor, and they say they should look at the trend, check how the dollar. Basically, the cedi appreciates and depreciates, the dollar appreciates and depreciates. It is in a reasonable vacuum. We will never get up one day and see the dollar at 18. It will never happen. because we have people who are intelligent managing the economy of this country. So the investors, the businessmen, have confidence in the system, because you see, the confidence you have is what is going to make you put more money in the system. Without that confidence, you cannot invest in the system, so for the system to also be stable enough to give you better returns. Because some trusted bank, now some $20 million, nothing will force me to go and put the $20 million at the bank. It is only the confidence I have in the bank. And the bank is 20 million. Now, some 20 million, the bank is able to use that money to make money and also to make money for you. So technically, the confidence you have in the economy is what is going to build the economy. The moment you don't have the confidence in that economy to invest in the economy itself struggles. And investors now kept their money in their rooms. They were scared because they didn't have confidence in the system. They didn't believe Bawumia's arithmetics. They knew Bawumia was a liar. They knew Bawumia was cooking figures. So they all kept their monies at home. The economy was struggling because there was no liquidity flow. Right now, no, we need to bring back the confidence. We need to understand. We should just check the pace, how steady the pace is. 10 and 12 is a decent rate for the dollar to roam within. And it is okay for every businessman to do business in this kind of economic settings. All right, team. Stay with me. Okay, thank you. Now, this is something we need to also discuss. This MPR or what second D, why something very impressive. And today, myself, my team, we saw it and we felt to say, this is something worth talking about. You know, second MP, your friend Blay Nyamiche Ama, he has donated 300,000 exercise books worth 1.2 million Ghana, nearly 12,000 peoples, and access to these books. You know, the last time, he donated around 15,000 books. Now, 300,000 exercise books here were donated in the second D metropolis. What is happening? They say Okyere Baafi is getting exercise book, full exercise book, and sana term na end. They are going to get full books. So Okyere Baafi used 2 books, 3 books. Now they are going to get exercise books for all the subject, full exercise books. This is a member of parliament. People who were members of parliament, we know a member of parliament of second 8 years. We need Jimmy for when in Ghana kasa anyhow. Or to you stupidly arrogant. You busan say DN why am second for also why AstroTurf. Also that is why I don't like talking about my achievement. He did nothing at the expense of the people of second D. Kwasiampen wait to talk diamond bar one crime. He didn't do anything. And somebody has been the MP for just 9 months. Where to me, I'm Masakandi Takrade Okyere Baafi Okosku Woho. Wama Okyere Baafi 20 books. And this is not the first time he started. He even did this when he wasn't a member of parliament. So this man, I a friend of Blay Nyamiche Ama, should I sit here and say Obin Tuntian was second? No. So this man by MP for another 16, 24 years, sir. Do you know what he would do in the lives of the young people in second D? Do you know the number of lives he can change? Do you know the impact he will make in the lives of our 4 and Nkwara? And this is what we talk about every day. The NDC is a political party. They don't talk that much. But they are ordinary people. They understand the plights of the people. You see, the difference between the NPP and NDC and NSA, majority of the time, the people who join the NDC are ordinary people. And when I say ordinary people, they are people from different regular backgrounds. The people who join the NDC, they don't come into politics flexing their muscle and making it look like they are the repository of their intelligence or wisdom. They are from some unique family. They have some wisdom, and that their contribution to Ghana's politics is going to change everything. You see, when you sit back and you watch the NDC, majority of the people who join the NDC and even become MPs, they are what we call the regular people who want to contribute their quota and move. It is when you go back into the history of the NDC, you can see say all the people are NDC politics. They are all regular people. When I say regular people who don't make you think say people who are from different diverse backgrounds. We see say they are from the poorest backgrounds or the poor tribe, or we see them as they are the minority. It will study NDC power. There are people from minority groups. People don't respect them. They are the ones. Majority of them joining NDC and making impact in our lives. It is a analysis now. You can see clearly. Say no. When people join the NDC, they just don't join the NDC to be seen as people who came with gold in their hand. They always want to join the NDC and leave a legacy, something that those people they came from, or the group that basically pushed them to come to where they are now. They will be proud of them. So what's the idea? It is already dynamics now. Omo joining NDC nyina omo fema baba bedru MP minister no you question background any the way they entered politics they are from what we call the regular people. And intina NPP for omo opportunity say yeah dear we are elites yeah go school but ukomu deeper common sense no omo nibi and their inner monkey is tribalism and lies. So what the NPP for na o split omo na o scrutinize omo na o busa deep questions that demand reasonable answers. They don't have anything in their head, and that is the package now. About power. That is the package now. To me, that is the package now. About power. That is the package now. About power. But when you sit them down and listen to them deep, you realize that their inner monkey is stupid, and that is what is playing out in our politics. That is what we are seeing in our politics. In the Ghana development, from when we had independence to this date, Osha Kwame Nkrumah, look at where Kwame Nkrumah is coming from. Very, very humble beginnings. He belonged to a tribe. People do not, or some group of people think, say, I'm a lower tribe. They are the minority tribe. So they never gave Kwame Nkrumah the relevance. The reason why Kwame Nkrumah struggled to get to where they were was because they first asked where they are from. And when they get to know where they are from and hear the sound of their name, they start to put them in a place. And Nkrumah broke that chain. That is why when Nkrumah came and joined JB Dankwamono, he saw that quickly. And that even him being intelligent and smarter than these fools dressed like clowns with a voice in their head, he realized that their people are just book stupid. They don't have common sense to govern or to lead. So Nkrumah along the way said, I am going to split from these foolish clowns pretending to be the white man but know nothing about how governance is. Nkrumah along the way decided to split, to detach himself from Ekufuado and the Busuanfo Asefo NPP Asefo who were being massaged by the white person as stupid white dogs. It is so steady the way they were dressing and the way Nkrumah was dressing. Nkrumah had a pure Pan-Africanist idea, even in his how he looked, how he dressed. But Usha Ekufuado mo, Usha the Busuanfo Asefo, JB Dankwamo, Buziamo, Usha the way they dressed, they basically dressed like butlers. They dressed like Obia or Broni Chaya or Swaswa Broni Diane. They wanted to impress Broni for Broni to think, say, all the boy out to the Timunkwa de Unimnansa. What dress here was a 6-piece suit in Kwado Unimnansa. So they followed the white man without reasoning. But Nkrumah saw that quickly. Nkrumah always believed in his identity and where he was coming from. So his style was different. His approach to things was different. Nkrumah stayed in Europe. He stayed in America. But Nkrumah never had an accent. Kwame Nkrumah, he stayed in Europe, he stayed in America, and Nkrumah never came back home with an accent. But JB Dankwa came back home speaking like the Queen. But every time the Queen heard him speak, the Queen was asking, what kind of accent is this? Because the Queen knew that these people are foolish. They cannot be us. They are pretending to be us. And it's a steady terrain now. Nana do Dankwa Ekufuado, Bedie Tuo, Oforiata Dems, Gabi Ochidam, Dako Dems, MPP Fono, they came home with an accent. They didn't know how they would be belonging, where they belong. That's the word I wanted to use. So they came home foolishly with 6-7-piece suits. They have some stupid accent. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo's accent, we know whether it is British or it is American. You don't know where the accent came from. Gabi Okyere Baafi Kasa is the same. Bedie Tomo Kasa is the same. That is what the NPP represent. They are fake ass dogs. They think that they can impress somebody to become relevant amongst we Ghanaians. In this, I will check MPP ni NDC. You can see that the MPP, the inner monkey is still there. They don't want the inner monkey to leave. They are still stuck to the inner monkey. They have embraced the inner monkey. They live and dine with the inner monkey. When you tell them the truth, the inner monkey gets angry. It is already the background. This pointer. There are people we saw as people from regular Ghanaians. Kwame Nkrumah, JJ Rawlings was from a regular home. JJ Rawlings, he was from a regular home and he worked his way to the army. He did not parade himself as a rich man's son. He did not come here and tell you that he is somebody who he is not. JJ Rawlings spoke how he spoke. He never faked anything. JJ Rawlings was as real as he can be. JJ Rawlings served in our military. JJ Rawlings was somebody standing at the forefront. So in Tokwasi, Ghana, he was willing to sacrifice his life for we Ghanaians. So these are people who love the nation, who were regular people, who we considered from the lower tribes. And it's your group people of Ghana ha. Omo say nipa bi no free lower tribe no. And he say your man omo chance and the opportunity. You can come forward from JJ Rawlings, Boadu, Hilal Liman. When JJ Rawlings handed power to Hilal Liman, he knew Hilal Liman was coming from a very humbled beginning. Or your ceremony. They know Liman's background. These were people who were humble and understood and respected people. So Rawlings is saying, let me give this power to Liman because of his humble beginnings, where he's coming from and how he understands his beginnings. The people did not like Liman because they saw Liman as from some of the lower tribes. So they also branded Liman the same way they branded JJ Rawlings. These people never liked JJ Rawlings because he was never considered as a first-class citizen. No matter what JJ Rawlings did, because no matter whatever you think about JJ Rawlings served in the military. For somebody to say, I want to serve in the military, that person is ready to sacrifice their life for the nation. And to have that intention, to just sit and say, I want to do this alone, is a pure commitment and patriotism on the part of anybody. When you see somebody in the military, and you're in the military, and they go as you pay military. When you pay, they give you a position. Anka, years back, maybe 10, 15 years back, all the people who enrolled in our military, 20 years back, you could see these are people who basically are patriotic and want to serve. And military, TikTok military men and women. And don't for training stop training me. These are foolish people that Nadu Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Bawumia Adams infused in our military. Today, our military is weak because they are political students in the military. Today, if they decide to do serious physical training in the military, 80% of the recruit Akufo-Addo, 8 years on form, they will all leave the military today. There are people in the military, press up 10 because protocol na dia mobile Akufo-Addo say yambra, minister say yambra, they did not go through any training, they did not go through anything, and omugu military nim and Nkwasiade. When I say people from lower beginnings, people from their regular societies no mabwa Ghana, when you come to the NDC, you understand me. Rawlings handed over to who? To Liman. Rawlings came back again and took the power. Rawlings became a democratically elected president in 1992. Now Rawlings left power for Kufuor. That is when the Awanabis came in. J.A. Kufuor, that is where we saw. They saw themselves as elites. They saw themselves so Omakonya adisuebi group no makana omo tribe for no, they are stupid. So Kufuor came in with his Adokufuor and his Osafumafos and his those people wearing some dirty Vietnam suits, speaking some stupid grammar and making us think say, oh, Akufo-Addo is the foreign affairs minister. Look at the way he's speaking. Akufo-Addo became the attorney general. He basically got everything wrong. They brought in Jogati, Papa Ushankuma Dems came. You could see the group were a group of criminals who have lived outside the shores of Ghana. They could not make anything out of their life, so they saw that opportunity and took it. And before they can control minds in Ghana, they need to create an impression that they have gone out there, they have learned a lot, they know more, and that we are ignorant. So these fools came in, Kufuor and his group, they started making Ghana look like it belonged to some group of people. Now, when we set the Kufuor administration down and we analyze the people who led the administration, that is where we got to know that Kufuor and his group were empty-headed, ignorant politicians who basically used jargons. They use history. They use where they are from and the group they are part of to lie to Ghanaians that they can change the lives of Ghanaians. And to study Kufuor and the group now, they didn't do anything. But people were like, hey, Kufuor and Kufuor were there because they have created an impression. When we there, we are come for group, call school abroad, and so many are not cheap on crossing or Vietnam. Many are not cheap on crossing or UK. These are people who were not competitive in anything. Majority of the people who followed Kufuor into politics, they were over 45 years. They had spent most of their time outside doing dirty jobs. This was the time for them to, at the end of the day, recover whatever they could not make in their prime time. So the corruption door was opened in a very decent way because we lacked information. How many people knew things that were going on? We could not scrutinize Kufuor. We could not ask questions. We were limited in accessing these people. So they took advantage of us and destroyed the economy. We went to HIPIC. They built only toilets. Till date, they could not build one regional hospital in their name. These are the people we are talking about today. And you see, they did not disappear. Sa group no so Sa group no enye ma maybe wo ye. Sa group no so classmates for Emma na twan. Now what happened? Kufuor Ekoye, we got somebody like Atta Mills. Where is he from? Humble beginnings. He saw himself as a teacher. And he saw himself like somebody who can contribute to the development of this nation. He did not come in and tell Ghana for say, I am Atta Mills. Na mi papa or Sika Demi, na me busuafo. Atta Mills never referred to his family that they are rich people or anything. Atta Mills always started from the bottom. He made people understand. I am from a group that did not have anything. I am a regular teacher. I have learned to get to this point. I want to contribute to my nation. So Atta Mills and his group came in. They came in as ordinary Ghanaians. Majority of Atta Mills people, the people outside Atta Mills government saw them as minority groups. These are Evers, these are Northerners, these are Bonus, these are Ekwapims, these are Enzima people, Academics and those people. Who are these people? They don't have the intelligence. So the tag was there. But when you check the job, J.J. Rawlings, Atta Mills, they started doing. Every single thing that they did had an impact and it's still having an impact in the lives of people of Ghana. But the only thing that you can speak about when it comes to Kufuor and his group is all about toilets, KPIC toilet. Kufuor could see emergency ward, a room. Just a room. Kufuor could not build a regional hospital. So when he asked Kufuor to tell you if he's built one university, one school from scratch, he cannot point to anything. That is what I am talking about. Atta Mills came in. And what was the contribution of Atta Mills in our development? Atta Mills showed the idea, your building was so from Rawlings' time, no, Atta Mills came to continue. Now, when Atta Mills left office, John Mahama came in. John Mahama never stood anywhere else to say his family is an elite family. They all schooled in Europe. His father used to be a lawyer. John Mahama is a Bollywood boy guy. His father was in politics, but one of the humble politicians in Ghana. But John Mahama never used his father's achievement as a springboard to overshadow anybody in politics. John Mahama made people know where he started his politics from. Regular Ghanaians, moving with regular people, trying to solve regular problems. So John Mahama stepped in 2012. And the job John Mahama did, you could see that he was working for the people, trying to change the people's life from where they were and changing it, because the principle of the party that made him president is a social democratic party. The people's plight should be their problem. That is why they started building E-blocks. That's why they started building chip compounds. That's why they started building the port. That's why they started building hospitals. That is why they started constructing the road. That is why they started expanding the electricity when they came to meet them. So that's why John Mahama made sure that human capital is built. So universities were opened up. People get access to come out and become professionals. So you could see that the people's welfare was the major concern and priority of the NDC people. Anytime I can say the NDC people are regular people, sit back and do the analysis. The NDC always bring regular people, and regular people are the ones that join the NDC. That is why we get a lot of impact from the NDC. That is why most Ghanaians are able to react and coordinate, and also they are able to interact. In terms of Okwetiano, you could see that people resonate with the NDC message, because the NDC message is the message the people want. It is the freedom the people want. Now, John Mahama Part 2, we have seen what is happening. So we have always said that Ghana as a nation, the NPP has always been a party full of I wannabes, criminals who are acting intelligent, people who dress in a certain funny way. They always think that they are smart, but when you push them back, when you try to question them, when you try to enter their intelligence, you get to know they are daft, very ignorant fools. So the secondary MP, he's a regular guy. I've never even heard him say that me, Marco School, and my day. He's never doing that. He's helping the people. He is sending the message. He is changing the lives of the people. And that is what politics means. That is what governance means. It is about changing the lives of the people, giving them better life, changing their lives. That is why today people see the NDC more attractive. It's a party that you can relate to. You can listen and be part of. That is why today, say young person, people joining NDC, they are not scared. They don't ask themselves, hey, I me free oh, no more jeme there. Hey, me dini say na tio, no more tio mon sreme. Hey, media, they are confident in their skin to be part of the NDC. Today, when a young person wants to join NPP, they first ask themselves, eh, hina me free, omo jeme. Na me dini de send ye no e dini de esauna for dio me assure say me koma they will listen to me. Me dini de esenzema for dio na me ra MPP ma are they going to even give me ears? Me dini de enter for din pa na me ra MPP ma omo betie me. And that is the questioner. These are the questions people are asking themselves today. So they find it difficult to be part of the NPP because you need to sound a certain way. Your name needs to sound a certain way. You need to be called Kwame Amwako. We need to be called Kofi Amwako. We need to be called Atta. You need to be called Opoku. You need to be called Opok Prempe before they will accept you, say you are one of us. It's a tribal party. So the gap, the difference between the NPP and the NDC is huge. It's big. When you take your time and you analyze Ghana's politics, you will see clearly that NPP is not for Ghanaians. It's for some group of fools who feel that they are entitled. Sophia Kufo, when we speak, nobody should speak. It is us, those kind of people that I don't want to be part of it. They are for we are elite. When we speak, everybody is a fool. The Sophia Kufo kind of people. But when you go deep into them, you will see their pin brains. They are full of themselves, but very empty inside. And that is what we have been talking about. These are the details. It is all follow Ghana politics. Take your time, sit back and ask these questions. You will understand. And then when you go to our universities, young people are trooping in to be part of the NDC. They are comfortable because your Frau Livingston Donu, nobody is going to insult you. Your Frau Abubakar Muhammad, now because we're NDC, everybody is going to accept you. Your Frau Kwame Belson, Okyere Taylor, they are going to accept you as a fanti. Your Frau, they don't care how your name sounds, your tonation, they don't care. The NDC accept everybody from every background. When they get the opportunity to speak, they make it sound like, Jimmy. How many people had their grandfathers take them to school and Kazakhstan? You know, and no, I hear it to ding or one who knows Jinawa. I said it is supposed to gare. Aquaway or one who knows Jinawana, your banner will be your name, say, Kase when wonder. Now, so near the Embamonia ding. Akwawe obutu ose otampen wo fom na onhye dross na wugina nechi a na akwawe ebutu ose otampena e de na obese brodua a yebum wa ise banchidi a yebu a embu nto gire akwawe gina wanim wo yoba hwe de ote oyeye no ho and how would you know and whose grandfather and bibi o de champagne glass born happy pai wemu enkwasiasam they think they are better. Because they believe say omuno school but they don't know anything. You handed the country over to them for 8 years. They wanted to steal everything. No more from Ghana sika to say modam for. No more phone sikano, almost phone sikano. Disrespect. Just near the Japadiaba, near the DPD Saba. These are people. So you see them now, and they still have that inner monkey in them. So when they meet Ghanaians, now they are looking at who into one will be Kwasiapenti Obejina TV so, and you see, I read some book be some British philosopher. And you see, Yatna Kroma near Masai Jimmy Fowe, almost suit Tantan be suitor and Kwarabi, Ayan of Vietnam. Cheap labor, and your palm of Vietnam. Na yaso so near the bro Nkwasiafo Kevin TV so that Ghana for. And Jam catch Ghana for say politics na a change. The NDC, they are presenting ordinary people. And when I say ordinary people, people who think like you, who believe they are like you, people who can relate to you, people who understand your local problem, people who can solve your local problems, not people who think that they have to speak in a certain way to look intelligent. It is not about intelligence. It's about you understanding the people's problems. It's about you, the leader, understanding what the people need, being able to put yourself in their situation, their position, being able to elevate them, change them. That is leadership. It is not about the rattling of some stupid English. That makes you intelligent. And that is what we are missing here in Ghana. No, until Amwakwata became the roads minister, Jimmy 4. He cannot even construct simple sentences. He cannot even put his thoughts together. Did you know, sir, they didn't have intelligence? Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo in opposition, we thought that he is the engine of intelligence until Akufo-Addo became president. Even his acceptance speech, his speech to tell us a bond between him and us, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo plagiarized people's speech. These are monkeys. They are fake ass niggas who create and package themselves, come and lie to us and steal from us. And we need to sit back as a people. We have to start questioning the system, questioning people who want to lead us. Let's get the ordinary people to come and lead us. Let us give them the opportunity. Let us stop thinking that majority of those people in the NPP who speak grammar are daft, stupidly idiots. Stupid idiots. They have nothing to offer you people. Now, Kwawe Gabi. Mese mo emma na mo pe medi we de matesa kakra won ho we de no time stem ne beda na Gabi we gina wanim na odane no ho onhye boxes na ebia condom atofom na ose okuntunu mu atam condom na wo dam pass na wo hwa ade we na utumi ma ne da wo so a na wo so ya chenchena. Imagine Gabi no wearing anything ne condom atofom a ose okuntunu mu atam condom no na Gabi tu ene ne pa ebo wiema or time bibi or form. Imagine this gargantuan skeletal analysis. Yeah, this skeletal analysis, mommy. President and secretary ni wemu. This is what I have been talking about. Yeti kromha na akwa we ene the secretary to the president Akufo-Addo. The secretary. Then yetina ade we 80 years. This is the secretary to the president. Na yeti kromha na asof what ha impenifo te ha. What can this guy do for you as the secretary to the president? I read the young couple. Kwasiafo Bekache say I can't nine pay. This is the secretary to the president. 80 years. And so Sankofo Mtigana Amankofo we Charles Mombedin Kwasam no. When they see anybody's son or husband, because hey, wait, now Bema will not never be worry. And she ja Bema woman it's Flagstaff House 8 years. Sama me form to Ghana ye de my ba en ware bibia o. Sam rantie omo hwe omo motina Jubilee House, Flagstaff House 8 years. So obi ko dress say e de BBC si na no e di oba bia chiko fie because hey yam pa bibi wo yo ha. We de tete na ya tete no e de defense ni e. En so motina we hu agrove we. Afenyi dadzi. Hypertension nyanku no. Sa beifo no. Almost so nkofo we so mu nsem ka say honorable moa. Yeah, jujum. Enyumbre mi refi kura mancha na otumfo se ditu na mi chiao me do and also do me. Be do na also do me. Nana chanchan hine maba mi refi nana 3 times o dia mame me jujum. All right, moment ko enim. Now, The NPP, after losing Akwetiano, they are still feeling say, and he say they still don't get it. The NPP as a political party, they still don't get it. Okay, now let's move on. Justin Kodua, or the NPP for any equa Akwetia. Hey, na Akwetiano chairman won't me uncle Biana. Hey, Radija Chairman won't me to man Akwetiani be own. Me uno ho, okwe but campaign one go be. Abuebika kinkon nya malaria, honey be clinic or kinkon beko. Abuebika kinkon, na sa kinkon nya malaria. Ya be hwe clinic kinkon no kwakwada ho because clinic ni nyina susa kinkon so nkom. Abuebika kinkon, na kinkon diarrhea. Ni atam kinkon se de ne ko clinic a. Sa clinic na we kura so enwure mu ho no. Clinic ni so anti kinkon nkom, nti abere ne asa kinkon yare. Abuebika kinkon, e ma kinkon nya malaria. Justin Kodua oye general secretary a odi MPP fo enim e de omko eye Akwetia ekoye campaign so omko gi seat. Ye nyina nim say MPP no omo chairman omo ni bi, they don't have a national chairman. Chairman now resign da also on your party bi wa men emobiem. Enti as we speak, the MPP as a political party, they don't have a national chairman. Enti party no ne to ebie emu da ho. Party no ne to no tokro no mu da ho. Eti party na nam wosa na ekoba no any national chairman no omo chairman say oye active a odi party denim no eni nantwie no ebia wa adwene nko ho. The MPP as we speak, they don't have a national chairman. Omo national chairman ankasa no wa resign. Enti sesia no wo hwe party na esi wo no na wo hwe chairman na odi enim na say party say na nantwie na di enim a eye dan na party no to me eye reasonable party because the NPP omo national chairman wa resign odi party no mu biem na wana ya chairman nantwie aya na mu refi mu ho aya na moti Ghana aya na mu refi nsam aya na mu refi nsam. Now Justin Kodua omo kwa Akwetia ba ye no amure refi ana aya na mempese metoto nsam ya ba NPP party no mu national chairman away. Wejai the party as it sits there, there's no national chairman who can say my fro bia ba momi antena se me na menim nyansa momi and discuss a party no. They don't have. The NPP as a political party today, as we speak, they don't have any intelligent person leading them as the national chairman. Obetimaka say asemesi munyina mom na esi NPP ende asemesi muma national chairman ben ebe from atenase na ndwie no ayila lao na esi ende MPP yakwa Akwetia ye lose yaba national chairman oho bia mfre ne atenase why na ebe free party say me na me chairman me be kasa amobi etie ede na ndwie di oso nanim ede na ndwie edi oso nanim. It was a partner has no direction. Osuna bodam na ndua bodam. Omo nyina nya tete cycle. And omo nyina edi eye party enim. Party national chairman we. Huh? So maybe it's something that you guys have not thought about. Boga, stop. Make I do my show. Stop, make I do my show, Boga. Eye dan na yetimi tena waka say party we a serious party. Now Akwetia election lost not a reflection of 2028. MPP are called stronghold Akwetia our eastern region. MPP almost two strongholds and they don't even have it again. Ashanti region and eastern region. Akwetia a NPP seats. MPP MP neteso. MPP are called home NDC to me flip seats no as 5,000 votes free on nsem. General Secretary Pentium 2 bedroom kraya or say we the emfa eye 2028 no. Hey, you see sometimes you ask yourself say the people who are leading the MPP now for a general secretary to underestimate or undermine what happened at Akwetia, it should tell you say this party NPP is done. No serious politician or a general secretary of a political party will sit and tell you, say, what happened ewo Akwetia no will never have any implication on the 2028 elections. Hey! For you to even just make that statement, it means one, you are trying to tell your party base that still the party has no problems. You are still trying to tell the party base that I am incompetent. I could not win a seat that belonged to me and that you have to still keep me. To make this statement, it shows clearly that you have no plan going into election 2028. You see, you are young, show come now, but say, you see, what kind of saying? This was a test. This was a test for the executives to prove to Ghana for say 2024 elections, you were not ready. You had misled the people. Ghanaians were angry, and that you are a new party with a new message, with a new kind of vision. Akwetia's seat belonged to you. You had Akwetiania Sebio Odadi Benkum Soa. Na MPP for Eyo ya. The people of Akwetia na omo pe eneskumia sem. Odo omo ma eneskumi se omo tumi de sa odo ne to nchen. No omo ka se upon yawa ekomumu abramo hwe omo de hye no, still they don't want to give the NPP any opportunity again. It should tell the party say Akwetia for Apo MPP, Ghana for are not ready. Because you see, there are two eneskumi, may his soul rest in peace. Men kan yire ene ne mma yawo asama eto eneskumi no se eneskumi baby ofri eya Akwetia no se omo ye nkofo bi a they trust and believe in the MPP a anka at least omo nya hwe kura omo the sympathy vote nya be ma eneskumi MPP enya kura no omo beka se enya kura no they would have at least said that, you know something, let us just give the seat back as a form of appreciation to eneskumi. But you see, the NPP now efa so kwan so etete eneskumi kunu no sa party na hye Akwetiafo abufuo. They don't want to have anything to do with the party, not today, not tomorrow. What you saw Akwetia, a total blackout, a total I need the word, it's a total referendum against the MPP as a political party. Akwetia, they sent a message that at this point there's nothing you guys can tell us to convince us. Stronghold say you are a party worth our votes. It's for the general secretary to even come out the next day to say, oh, what happened in Akwetia, it will not have any implications. And I say 2028. Then the general secretary is a fool who needs to be changed. What was the job of the general secretary? The job of the general secretary was supposed to lead the MPP to reclaim their own seat. This seat belonged to you. Your job was supposed to lead the party, go in there and affirm your control on the seat and give your party base, your roots, that confirmation said the party on the ground, we are still firm, solid. We still hold our roots. Now, sir, what Kowanga so party, stronghold, constituency, and the opposition now waba power. Etumia sabe flip a seat, I'm what drop it close to 5,000 seat vote. Now wabanka abeka assembly tra easy. Say wait there, mama will fee. So election now call anything. As the general secretary of the MPP, or some of us here say it will not have any reflection on the 2028 elections. So we should not even think about it. And that the MPP there still also kukru dies. No, then Nkwasiafo Bunikotrema Ategya Nkwasiafo. And you know the deep implications of what has happened. This was a sample vote. And these people are still, these are people who are still they are in charge of the NPP. It's our alternative so Bunikotrema. We don't, it's normal. Do not even listen to the NDC. This seat is not any serious seat that we think that it will affect 2028 general elections. In fact, the NPP is so strong, and we know that we are. Jimmy, what Bukata Masaki can go yourself? Ayela. You go vote with me, Dimochia. Midimochia. Jimmy, now look at this. Richard Ahiagba, I want to Jimmy for back the MPP anymore. And the MPP so with Jimmy Ometuetiano. I say Musa Dankwah's poll is illegitimate. It was meant to skew people's attention. Jesus Christ. Na masako sala I say akwa we me koto de so aba mana be kasa ma MPP. Musa Dankwah aye polls. The polls were way before the elections. He gave you indications to say we will lose the elections, no? And he just didn't say it. He gave you facts, research that he has done. And he even gave you a range of percentage. Mujimi amube luzi. Na kwasia we adiachi masabe jina TV so catch Ghana for say Musa Eya Dankwah polls no yeah you know. It was just an illegitimate polls and was meant to skew people's attention. Whose attention? The people he was supposed to skew their attention are which people? Are which people? So are you trying to tell me say Musa Dankwah's polls no and then the convince Akwetia for Momututia MPP wedge me? Hey. So Andrew na me catch the NDC for Musa Dankwah polls no whether it goes in your favor or it goes against you, you people need to pay attention and respect Musa Dankwah's polls and work with it. On Sankofo Andrew me too omufu say they don't have to underestimate this kind of scientific polls with facts. On say adiachi their inner monkey has taken red. Me catch them say MPP for omo adwe bi show mumu. Sa adwe no until yebebo mu nyina su eyi adwe no they can never change. The party is still going to languish in adwe mentality. How difficult is this? You just go out and let people know what the guy did, whether we like him or we don't like him. What he did basically came. It came true. We saw it. We lost the elections. In fact, what he did, it wasn't just what we call speculation. He told us he did the research, and what should surprise us and what be worrying to us is the percentage he stated, and it basically reflected. So, as much as we hate Musa Dankwah, let us at the end of the day, at least, and let us look at what he actually went there, the questions he was asking, things that we did not do right. Question paying and also it is illegitimate. The MPP are a bunch of fools. And I know when I see young people, I have seen young people who are following MPP. And the other say, "Omumba na omdi MPP chino, omu TikTok, omu time, omu no more time." I say, mema basa omu basa bi, omu just omu tan girls bi. Now me sure man omu mbobo because you see, oyoba omu time. Oyoba, you don't have the intelligence to follow a party that will give you a little bit of confidence and hope. Oyoba, you are following a party that is lying to you. Oyoba, at the end of the day, you cannot even move away from your tribalism to look at real issues. And at that point, you know, yeah, the war any abriche is wa abriche one for swatch because abriche be young quine. I'm an one boom. Now where? It means some small girls now. With the MPP, I'm say abriche a ya ponche koko ya de tum kwan mu a na pempem be bon kwan nim ya de be kai ne say aponche we de di no kwan na ne ho bom mu na wo de ne de be. And I see these young girls now omo me mobo. Now I pity them because at this point, where are you people heading? Or you are headed? Who is going to take you people serious? Because my life ring if these are the people you are looking up to say, omu beji to me amau. Now was be nipa and the obeya brechia che. I pity them. They are political jobbers. Political jobbers. And young girls who are supposed to end up bema wire ding so benya bema kuraware. And the ed ding so benya bema sebio bema because oba we di onimnyansa or taking the right decision me person netina. Ade won din wasase we so say obenya bema. Now we oba na wase Jimmy. Unim se MPP awudi echire. At the end of the day, it go from di we nim no mo Jimmy. Instead of you to take a step back and look at yourself and say, Dabio, me tiri you grant to me fu. Me to me soponi. Me jina he me yunsu me kro bia nkai me. Eda me da ho dami, me bia ntokura, me bia luva, anase me bia sliding window, me bia ntokura. There is more for me to do in life than to be following these inner monkey people. Na oba besia say me de me MPP ni me ye adwuma ma MPP. Na eye Ekufuado be di president. Ne manu mo say 9 obi ani resume and some $2 million restaurant. Na wo do kwasia ma ma meti anya nchirem. Na wo sori a ye de ekwa akwatia ye kokasa ma MPP. Na Ekufuado no no ne ba ni certificate no ne ba $2 million restaurant. Na wo ni abrechie difference be ne wom. Imbrechie United. It's I mo sa me hu ana me ya. It hurts me because sanka me bubo muo enam di ebrogu ma anka metuma anya mo akoton mo mali. It's ana me hu omo na se omu bie ntokura all of them catch up say down with them omu bie eye window ni na hwe eye ntokura dan no mutim kro oti ntokura dan mu ma kotere wan rem enam go ceiling so say o be defend ba wo mia. Oti ntokura dan mu ubie na ohwe adwonso gu abontene oti ntokura dan mu u ceiling plywood ne de aye na ebi didam oti ntokura dan mu so be defend ba wo mia na omo kwaji 2 million eye brand miracle abwajo je 7 million omo yi na aketesia wesi so wodros ye 9 fruit of the loom ba ko to atete na ombo brampa bibi ma ba ma bi hu so odim nyansa na ot TikTok say me na mekasa ma MPP o ene entam o pro montina sina monwene we mu na mudi omachi na omagimi o Imbrechie United sa MPP nkora girls bi na omo nyenyenyan no mtete TikTok na ye ne yakasa ma say Imbrechie United Imbrechie United mo na mo beje power na mo na dey for to me. Do you know what power is? Do you know what we use power to do? Na Imbrechie United way omo no mo ye campaign ama bawomia ene MPP ye ntiase ne ene bawomia de ye se ye de ye ba se na basa wa basa sa akoko kontwa unyanyanya urolon akakota na asa unye dwuma bia embuild wo ho se me na me be ye dwuma de MPP aba power kwase mpanyi we hu asem woka ade na da ho na wo se correct ma party ni gina ne na so etoto nyoma ema Imbrechie United te samo etumi benya bra no mote wona Nkwasiafo we da mo into Imbrechie United no de bia Imbrechie United MU enya Manchester United Imbrechie United Imbrechie na me hu ma na mo me mobo I laugh I smile but I pity them inward because me hu ma me say in the say no we o ya kwoti saying mo ya kwoti saying oh yeah for how many years 4 years 8 years 12 years 16 years I don't wear mobile. Enti when I'm more campaign, ye kasa, ye ne kasa na ye kan Ghana for betie. Na ma koto modia when ye dia. Modia won ko gira mo amu keje tia ne mo amu constituency. Na mo mfa a mic any speaker so. Na mo nkasa mu na hwese nipa ba bigina won che tia. Mo Imbrechie United we hu. Now ha de man we your friend Zato. Jebuti Zato. Joshua Jebuti Zato. Mamika we been check Ghana for. Imbrechie is in Ponchi United. Now, oh man we suddenly from nowhere a teacher is all over the place. Obetina TV soa and they all say Dr. Joshua Zato attributes the NPP's defeat in Akwatia to the electorate's preference for voting in line with the government of the day. Or say, MPP na muko luzu Akwatia no. Oh, eya bine waso no. Nyoma oye ne ma omoto aba no.
Because again, it cannot hold any major power in the community, then they can vote rationally. So if you put all these factors together, then I'd respect.
Jesus Christ. He can't say opposition or position, he say position. Do you know this guy is a PhD holder? Now, as some are would you know, Obi on table Rebecca says he's making sense. And I'm your friend is Zato, or a lecturer, senior lecturer, political science department in Legon. Wash up and down, and up to 2 hours on the tour. Utiena now we hear the Tisami DBA. Okay, say where the MPP communicator or ya deal, also on MPP communicator. So who is no kasa which party? Because I saw Elikem Kotoko sitting there. We saw a Alan Chamantin representative and already also a lecturer. And you will say, this MPP communicator is really working hard. Because I'm a PhD holder, I'm a lecturer, I'm not a communicator for the MPP. So when you're smart now with Tiakwa, we are beginning to say, he's making sense. Oh, hey, you're Okyere Nkwasiafo. You know, from the day Mahmoud Bawumia promised this guy, say, we need power, obey an education minister, he became mad on social media. All the little credibility he had, he threw it to the dogs, and he started exhibiting the highest form of ignorance. From the day, Adam on TV, so Elikem, anytime you meet this guy on TV, ask him, haven't you been promised by Bawumia to make you education minister when he wins power? Or if he wins power, ask him. He can't give you a straight answer. I'll prove to him. The day Bawumia kachire akwa we say, I will make you education minister. Pe and Boadu. Now, in someone can be Rebecca position, then no patche. The argument in United say, as a senior political science lecturer at the University of at Legon at Legon, the point I know making United say. Eye asema esiwa akwetia no adekudie ti akwetia for etoma NDC ne say aban na wo power no ehye omobo. In fact na aban ne ka kire so obeye kwan a omu se oye kwan na aban no eye nyoma bi ma ene na ma akwetia for toma NDC. Enti me wusa na Elikem peso obusa ne say but time na ye call eye Ase North na do danko ekufuado e de excavator kosi wo se oye kwan e ma ye hu se excavator edwi so. Omuka say omu school. The same day na omoto aba. Na do danko ekufuado fa na konwa sika mu or the whole government etu free Accra ebeye campaign. E ho na free mo pare ne tutietia odi begina stage e share jeans esaye. Still NPP lost the elections. So you as a political science lecturer, I don't think you make statement without backing it with precedents and facts. Now, if you want to use this as the basis in TIA, say NDC ko also ko kwan and NDC show bo and anything akwetia for etoma NDC. Na say when to me and justify why NPP for ekogina ho eye kwan wa Ase North AC school president eko show bo on stage SSR government but still want to me win. Then you don't deserve to be standing in front of a political science student to teach them. You are basically a party communicator. You cannot differentiate between party politics and you being a lecturer and speaking to the facts. This man, what would you all know? What's not education sector anymore for long? Zato should be in his late 40s or early 50s, right? Mr. S. Get me Zato's age. Na me ka se minchemo. Me be chema de kudienti a oyedi oye no. Eh? Right now in Ghana, the most lucrative job is politics. Yeah. Papa we, wachire nkwara ade momo be fa ni nsem. We hu daft students are because of politics. What those kids have been able to achieve, ontumi achieve bi. He is getting closer to his retirement. He is still printing pamphlets. He is still trying to tell people, don't write this, write that. He is still marking assignments. Now, what's in a political science department or a weak-minded student today, he sees them on TV, they make some flimsy, stupid submissions, and people clap for them. He has seen young people pass through his hands, who are today worth millions of dollars, Onim said they don't deserve it, but because of politics, those little young men and women are making money. Now, what he wants to do now is, Oshani years are do teaching mu. Oshe nyoma enkwara omafa ni nsemu. Now, study how politics has become very lucrative. Now he spends more time on TV than in the lecture room, in the lecture halls. Now, what he's trying to do in NSA, things that he was not able to achieve as a teacher, monetary things, material things, wealth that he could not achieve because he has very limited time to go on retirement. Make sure 442 now, Obono. He has very limited time. He has very limited time in the field he is in. Now, what he's doing now, he's trying to carve a room so that he could fit into the political class, whereby if he's able to find a way to push his weight through by defending nonsense. Because you see, normally when the NPP are in opposition, that is when they try to find people to defend their nonsense. And what they do is they use daft individuals pretending to be intelligent with some titles to convince you that they are neutrals. Now this guy, from the day Bawumia promised him that he can become an education minister in his administration if he wins elections, from that day he told himself, whatever Nana B has achieved, he wants to achieve the same thing. And in terms of wealth and money, this guy has less than 10 years to go on retirement. Whatever Miracle Abuaji was able to make in 2024 elections, Miracle Abuaji made $7 million from the campaign. He was still standing in the classroom. He's looking at Kodua, a daft student, and looking at the amount of money Kodua has made, the school Kodua has built. He's looking at poor, low voltage individuals who are parading as intelligent people because of politics, making some good money. That is why today he's so desperate. You know, sometimes when you listen to him, it's like when you're rabies. He is trying to cover everything. And when you ask him, are you talking in favor of the NPP? You say, no. I am a neutral. No. This guy, who say, and all these people, these young boys, Nana B, Brian Champon, JFK, NPP, when we say, through politics, these people have made money. And you see, he's pushing his way through. Into alternative is it is not about Menya MPP, but I'm defending MPP because behind the scenes, Bawumia has promised him. This is a political lecturer. Politics 101. The same strategy you said the NDC used to win the elections. Why didn't the same strategy NPP use in Asen North? Why didn't it work? It is politics 101. You are a lecturer. You should be able to explain to us. But you see, TV, and I don't know why Ghanaians give such people the room to rant and talk nonsense. 90% of what this guy says on TV is bullshit. I'm telling you. 90% of Zato, the things he says on TV, he cannot even defend himself when it's given to him as an assignment. This argument he's making, if somebody decides to write and give it to him as an assignment and say the same thing happened in Asen North and that the people there still voted for the NDC, he cannot answer that assignment. These are not people we are supposed to. He wants to cash out. He's desperate. He's frustrated. Ka na bi twino ontumi twibi. Ka kodua twino ontumi twibi. Ka sami jemfi twino samia wuku twino ontumi twibi. Ka MPP small boys we enya twino ontu edan omat ya he's pained. He needs to get some. He is so aggressive. He's working to make sure before his retirement or also some political gold box. That is why he's doing this. I'm going to defend Bawumia. Because what he's doing is that he's basically he's interviewing for the job. Into ultimately making argument to me. Ultimately, I will say, is he actually a lecturer? Yes, or a senior lecturer at Legon Political Science Department. He's around 46 years and Choboko retirement. And you see, this is what we call the retirement scare. He's being haunted by his retirement. He's looking at his account. He sees there's nothing in there. He looks at things that he has been able to purchase. All these years he has been in teaching. He can see clearly. He cannot leave anything behind. In fact, he's going to retire a poor man. But Ohena Nabi Jimmy we are. And Kenya politics are. And can Nabi the ultimate down to a diamond sama oba. Or else I may Jimmy we are. And your politics are. A year on Zato. Okona councilman 72,000 Ghana a dim. Dear a car day 32,000 Ghana. Into the Sika Dawk do 40,000 Ghana. Into Oshana councilman say, how can I be sitting at Legon every day and talking. I brought to my TV so and spew nonsense for people to think that I'm intelligent because I'm going to work with my title. He's working with his title. He's not working with his intelligence. Up and down. I know about TV so. Yes, this is Sala East or contested MPP primaries no lose here. Until you see, this guy, he's frustrated. Oh, Onika pro on accounts mo. Ka o chukrampo no ho arebe ho. Enko ye o. Enti de oye no. One nkora na epem so. Enche obekọ retirement. Emu aye den ama no. Na ya me ya se Ghana for mutumi analyzing nkofo. Okasa kura won temi open ntama sa kwa. Because we are best text about Omia or say, oh, send me the clip, send me into call, so cut it for me. We are not for them about Omia today's receipt. This is what they are doing, and every day, okay, say we are now say, akwa we dey na hoka o ceremony ana, because our accent kakra say o ceremony. Ai na ceremony a wosua dia say be we smart o pese o ji ukro. San Nkwasiafo na odi omoti. And oh, we pet no after roller worker, please. Can you people cut that piece for me? The piece, no cut. No more sending in about 2 minutes. No afford it. Nina about Miada, a less than so. Forward. We also please, Mr. President. This is honorable. I went to TV3 today. What about Miasa? I say thank you. Baumia can be bia. About Baumia, I say. Baumia man say thumbs up. Thank you. Inti Odimso Oye Juma. Akwa we stand for MPP Sesala East Zato or your MPP pure or your MPP Kwache Kufuado Akwa we Zato Onye Dr. Joshua Zabuntie Zato Radija Gupo na wabetna TV so a lecturer Mumfa kura shiri tiriman ento ensore go yeah de Sesala East or contested or lose here but wabetna TV so a or so onya MPP ni Onye Akwa we mu no TV so mu huro no onye ni papa onka no kre is a liar. We onka no kre. Owia be see nim the American no adan se ba omia team no mi won kofo wom. O free TV3 pe no afre Roland Walker. Oh, can I speak to your producer? I say, oh, Mr. Zato is the thing you didn't bring it to above 12:30 no obusa. Or per receipt about Baumia. About 12:45, please, I'm going to lecture, so but the thing didn't come. Also, say, I'm sorry. No, but you try 2 minutes. Or say, you know what's up? When it's too long, we cannot download. So make it short. Now, producers why the short. I 2 minutes, 25 seconds, 20 minutes. You know, remember when I was talking about the Akwetia? That one did I not? Can you bring that one in? You can. Yes, that part is very important. Now producer you try 2 minutes, thought. In German by 8 no I was so forward to Baumia sha no they sha say Mr. President, this is what happened today. It wasn't easy at all, but we will win. We will prevail. Now Baumia say thumbs up. Over to me. Or your MPP ni or your communicator or the say miracle abwaje. Matesi so free tumu. Now who's at all free tumu? Tumu kwan nyina say 8 years. MPP Nkwasiafo better. Montafo ni bidia. Mo ne de yem kwasi adwuma no wo zato. Wa kan buke wo wiase nyina we hu nyansa kan kire ba omia na ofiri boko. Mampuru ofiri wale se ukuro mu tumu kwan asɛn. Wo do Jimmy 8 years edi MPP echi wo tuma anye tumu kwan. Tahiru. Kwasampanyi we free ukuro mu. Fento Tahiru. Zato is from your hometown. On mani kuro. Oba no bedu tamape no other hotel. No a friend in Pra, Aminata, no another. No a friend in Chrome for Akajomso, or by lecture be what Tamale Central University. Now, Obesaba, Uncle Tumu, Aquawe Uncle Chrome. Tahiru, Unipa Ukrom Nini, Tahiru Fentata Ukrom Nini. Tahiru, how passionate Tahiru is. Tahiru. Fenta Tahiru, the guy is so passionate about his hometown Tumu. Many didn't come up any did Crampona make to me as a penny also in Dibium. And here, or Sadentina to make a to myself. Oh, just say, me bagana, many did, and I'm so not how far for Tumunani Bofu. I one way uniform. Look at Tumu. Ah, me say how far for Tumu, Mike. I said, give me pictures of Tumu. Fento Tahiru, Unya Penny Baku, Jimmy, Zato. Mutum Banzan is Zato. Muna Fikio, Balao Zato. Wani we jai tumwa some kan wa betran kan o defend Baumia Tahiru So call this guy and tell him that Tumu for life. You people need development for Tumu. So he should start advocating for Tumu roads to be done. Now I'm saying, aban we buy you read the budget no about 5 roads I call Tumu aban we their can a budget no. Because I'm paying you better TV so on to me I applaud the government no for making sure say a Tumu road no MPP Nkwasiafo they could not fix it. And the NDC Abama Tumu Road, is going to be under construction. I quite was around to try to say no about that TV. So, and I don't understand. And the people, anyway, Tahiru, talk to this fool. Uncle Chrome. Odu tamari penu jina. Walai. Tumu mutu mazana tumu fa nenya. There's a tumu wa uncle. Okas uncle tumu so uncle bokina. And then last night na alternative so yanka uncle maybe you feel to me ka. And so Tahiru is so proud. Fento Tahiru is so proud of Tumu. Mene Tahiru koye fo Tumu Tahiru. Yase ko dia cashew. Hey, thank you. Ani yenyi na disika bae. Tahiru ne dia kakra ba na so me dia kakra bae. Ebe si na bi wu efo no bi Tahiru asem we. Owie wa manensi wo no frɛ me yere ka kyerɛ sɛ oya akwara no o che jataku no Tahiru ne nana che data Tahiru. Baby a wo firi so eye sirem. Tahiru ka kyerɛ me yere ne me ma. Emma still me ba Ghana Tahiru ye didi no otwisa bi na no sa aka kyerɛ me yere sɛ hai data na ye true ye ko mole park ɛna nipa na ɔde ye kɔ ɛyɛ ranger na ɔde ye nam forest no say free you ɛna ranger no kɔ bi na no ka say oh we think that some people have spotted lions okay ranger tell him and I'm say akwani say it could be one kasa jatawa ha Monsieur Komole Park na Mr. Ranger no crown when one yet team oh so this one is an antelope so nice oh you see this monkey yes oh near elephant beautiful L for elephant me grow my son for L for elephant in the corner ranger and say this forest is quite big. We have not actually discovered everything in the forest. In fact, there are news that some people have sighted lions. Say wala tayiru say akwani jina kano adaya asamna akwana kano. And the catch them as a jata was slim. Tahiru. Oh dear, no problem. Jata was slim. Cashew nisikano. Brani and discuss it. Cashew no for picture me. Cashew farm no. Come and show me the picture of the cashew farm. My catch row. Okay. All right. Let's move forward. Unkwasi Chelsea now support na mu wini amadi panda no. So support Chelsea akofa cashew farm ne bra. Eche wo jai Chelsea ansa me jai. Either you quit Chelsea or bring my cashew farm. If you are still going to support Chelsea, I'm going to ask for the cashew farm. I'm telling you. Nonsense. All right, now, about 7-3. There's another story here I want you to also see. Now, and asama yejina yabeti enye. Leadership of Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwifery Association apologizes to Health Minister Kwabena Minta Akando over the association's comment following the Rage Hospital incident. I have a problem with this though. And you see, so caption now, and the Ministry of Health released a statement, and we can see the picture there. Sa enkofowe esa line eco minister was omo panichew omo de omo nsati omo nsayim ebunkotodwe omo sre minister no omo ankasa yi. So wutie apology na. Every time the guy spoke, I said on my show, said the guy is speaking as the general secretary of the association. But at a point, that guy who was insulting Ghanaians and insulting the minister, no, he made it sound to say it was his own opinion. If it was the guy's own opinion, and the whole association will not go and kneel before the minister and beg him. So from the apologies, or the apology, you can see clearly say the association are taking blame for every single insult that came from a Tenkrine. So today, to say association no didi minister natem, association no didi Ghana for atem, association no disrespected Ghanaians. But you see, I really respect the minister for being professional. You see, in all this, in the back and forth, I know Mudidi minister, I never heard the minister use one bad or derogatory statement against the association. Even its members or an individual who decided to malign the minister or share apumdenso. I never saw it. Even at a point where he was so pissed, you could see he really composed himself, and the choice of words a minister used, there was nowhere Akando used any derogatory word against anybody in the association. Because also the way things unfolded and the deliberate attacks a free association members and the leadership not minister to is human. Minister 2 could have reacted. The minister could have spoke his mind because nobody can do him anything. But you could see, the minister was so composed. And I am very happy he has stayed professional. He has proven, he is a man that we as a people, we can basically be very assured to say he will be a leader. And I say he's a leader at the end of the day, undisappointed. In Kofuwe said that Nyabutreso Mubegu Papa de Nimase. Tim crying any the leadership of this association, they actually sat down and said, Yenyano, wan toka na maye, and where the MPP for you be good Nimase Gumahame Nimase. They deliberately did it. But you see, I don't even care about the comedy they went to do at the ministry today. At the end of the day, Akando is a minister for Ghana for. Akando Oshe Ghana Pumdenso. Akando's priority is not an association. Akando works with about 70 associations in Ghana. It is for this association to deliberately decide so good in Akando at the end of the day is looking at the bigger picture and not picking tiny petty association fights, because some people want to be re-elected. So they want to use Akando as their campaign message. And I really respect him the way he handled this issue. I don't care about this apology, but you see, we need to be very careful about the GRNMA. We have to be very careful as a people. The leadership of this GNRMA, they are dangerous. So sorry, be careful. So be careful. So be very careful about these people, especially the leadership, Tim Crying, and the president of this association. They are very dangerous people. Because you see, the decision they took was to destroy the minister and destroy the government. Now, do you know what action now we take here? Do you know where it would have landed this minister? If the minister had not taken his time to handle the situation well, and Kasanko Fowe, diabolic idea fire, person good animasi, egu abanimasi no, and Komunyano, and Kamobema, Mr. President, Asake Ayakando. If Akando had not been professional, if Akando had not taken his time to look at the issues and make sure the procedure and the rules are adhered to, and Kameno Kase Akando, your former minister. Into people like that, you don't bring them closer again. You need to keep them at arm's length. You need to make sure, people, when you are dealing with this group, and this advice goes to every single Ghanaian, over any kind of interaction with this group, Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwifery Association, the leadership is a poisonous, toxic leadership. I destroy your life in a minute. Yeah? All the things that Akando was able to build, reputation, and every single thing that Akando was able to put together. At the end of the day, Senka Akando anya professional and resolute in his leadership qualities, and can kofoe saying, and it is dangerous. The minister should not entertain these kind of people again. And Ghana as a nation, we should not take this leadership, this GRNMA leadership serious again. They are a very dangerous group. Maamina Oba GH1, Sarah Obeka say they have a tape. She is the PRO of Ridge Hospital, Greater Accra Regional Hospital. Mumusa Maamina say, a video now okase okofa ediaba. Edi Ababe Ghana for say minister ne boa na investigators ne boa. Where is the video? Where is the video? Video now, many TV to say we have a video. We the hospital. We have a video. It's in our possession. We are going to show Ghana that this is what is the truth, and that whatever the investigative team put out there is a lie. The question here is simple: where is the video? Where is the video? Where is the video that they made us believe? So why should anybody believe such a nurse, such a health practitioner? It is some ameno any this group. So mubejina unya will say unya no betona. Are you going to believe these people? Are you going to believe them? These are people and Krobia so anka oma resigning. So more self-respecter. Anka president, general secretary, even the leadership and coming here you. But what are we seeing? They are still wearing suits. They are still smiling and taking pictures. They are still going to be taking money. They are going to take all the specs that comes with this position. They are going to fly out of the country. They are going to enjoy nurses' money. This is where we are as a nation. They deliberately decided to destroy people's lives. So the simple question here is, where are the videos? And why are these people still people? We have to respect and see them as a serious group. Why should I do that? In China, in conform with a press conference, no more catch say, when you waiting on your press conference, I didn't know any Ghana for we need to listen to this leadership. Why? Tell me why we should sit and say we are going to listen to the Ghana Registered Nurses Association leadership. Why? Say no, what is the president to TV so and a general secretary to TV so kasa emoma. Why should anybody, any serious Ghanaian, get up and say these people are intelligent, they are honest, we can believe them? Why should we believe any of these people? Say association, I will respect Ghana for power. The apologies should not end this matter. The leadership should be changed. They should be sacked. In fact, some more self-respecter, they need to resign. Now this is Ghana, Africa, no, Ategya Nkwasiafo kra ni asoso also more. That people don't have the decency to know, say, oh my idea, I was almost stepping away. Like we don't have standards in Ghana. I say in Africa, no, there are no standards. As you name answer, make I say MPP time Black Coffee. I decided say she's going to step away because the way Akufo-Addo's government they were running things, she saw say it did not match what she believes in. Her principle, the Akufo-Addo say the Akufo-Addo administration, the people she's working with, they are not people who are in the right frame of mind to help this country. So she voluntarily resigned. We went after the lady. Ever since the people are still attacking her, all because she voluntarily said, I can't be part of a criminal regime. I can't be part of a group who don't think about the people. I thought that my upbringing was an upbringing that was to make sure when I'm given a position, I make sure I use that position to, at the end of the day, better people's life, and also at the end of the day, say where I'm coming from. No, I was taught well, and that I can use my position to help other people. But the lady entered the Akufo-Addo administration and realized, say, the people she's encountering are all criminals. Majority of them. So she said, you know something, I can't be part of this ship. This ship should sail. I will stay on this island. They're still today till date, they are still going after her. Why did you leave the job? Are you trying to say, we are thieves? If you are not a thief, stay on that ship. She believed that what is happening on that ship, she doesn't want to be part of it. So she moved away. Be part of that ship. But embassy and the MPP for that who didn't attempt, wait. And I'm like, what is wrong with you people? If you people think that they're more right, now or say they're more now a free ship in it should even be better for you people. Because if you think you are doing the right thing, keep on doing the right thing. It's one was say Ghana near when people decide she said to Ghana. Now can Oforiata Bekache Ghana for say or no can Oforiata no obey Juma as finance minister on GP. Not ye Jiminti. Yesi Ken Oforiata so obey finance minister on GP. Obesori anopa ewia anajo ne twa bakura still obeba be ye dwuma on Jekapre. Ken Oforiata tu efra bruchira betena Ghana. Ken Oforiata so obey finance minister. Obehwe musika nyina so. The busiani ne president also on GP. Now yet Ghana from the beginning people were applauding Ken Oforiata. Now yet Ghana, now we saw people sitting on TV and radio applauding Ken Ofori-Atta. The finance minister says he's not going to take salary. We say he's going to donate the salary to some orphanage. We say, hey, I'm Jimmy. Now you're young for the TV, so applaud Ken Ofori-Atta. He's working. He's not taking money. He's doing everything. Say, hey, Kwasia, Ken Ofori-Atta be Jumama free. And then they tell you, how can somebody in opposition, why demonstrations, why be to win power? On your power now, or see a jumo beye fitianpa. Do you know how exhausting? Do you know how difficult it is to be a finance minister of a nation? You leave everything and you become the finance minister, and you tell the whole nation, I'm not going to take salary. Now, when Jimmy Kurano, I was so say, now better than we did. Because I catch him say, oh, company. So company now one. You are going to try and find a way to make the company make you 2, 3, 4, 5 times the money you are giving to us until you would divert some of the money to the company. So we need to understand to say, Sanko 4-way, MPP 4-way, no more Jimmy. We need to have some standards in the system. You need standards, BM. And Kwasiebia no better I know ko. Ne ya betina kroma ma Ken Ofori-Atta be catch Ghana for say me Ken Ofori-Atta de me be ye adwuma ma Ghana for I will not take any salary and that I won't take a dime. And we saw people on TV, people who call themselves intellectuals, intelligent people. Mr. S, Mr. P, get me some of the comments some people made. Ken Ofori-Atta or betina TV guys say on Kapre, he doesn't want our dime, nothing. I don't take salary or per diem. Ken Ofori-Atta. Na yet Ghana boy nsem we no odo Ghana ende de na esi ende ede na esi Ken Ofori-Atta ka kire 2021 ono onje peu onje pediem onje hwe enkwasi adwuma na oya acheye Ken Ofori-Atta Ken Ofori-Atta adwene na ekuta no be ma meka bibi nkyerɛ mu na ado danko ekufu ado ya won 1944 ya osafomafo ya won 1933 Fremo Pare ya won 1934 hwɛ sanko fo de ekufu ado ni omubu Ghana no omo nyiri chen Ghana wo sanko fo na mo bebu Ghana na MPP fo no Ekufu in the group ni Ken Ofori-Atta no they know the soul of Ghana. It won't be to Ekufu 1944 you know. You're signing the bond of 1844 3 months ni Ekufu 1944. Jao Osafomafo no the advisor to Ekufu 1932. And you ya Osafomafo. On Ekufu the buy and over finish Ekufu buying and Ekufu sad ya Osa Fremo Pare ya 1933. Michael Kwe, ya won 1931. Sanko for omo Division 1 players. Omo bo omo qualify. Omo nim terrain, omo nim referee oje bribe. Omo nim baby akwa ebebo, baby ayambo. Omo nim baby akwa obo 1-1 problem nsi. Omo nim baby akwa obo first goal ebebo. Omo nim terrain no, omo nim baby akwa match no, ebo 6 no we free krom a yebebo. Omni baby akwa obetima kasa ba kire won now the points na chomo omni team obetima rob omni Division 1 players omo bossa division na che omni terrain no omni referees omo je bribe ho omni teams are omo de players are omo register e bo omni nyina they have been there extra Division 1 players erade enti sankofo no wo de omani show mu nsem na omo ka kire say yanji pay ye domo senior advisor to the president Ekufu no ko abruchire na Fremo Pare de omo be wie mu omo de omo de yam and the omo ye very good at this a year ba na omo be de nam ho Fremo Pare o etiatia che Ekufu Fremo Pare o etiatia Ekufu ko dwebe na ko sensene ni Fremo Pare pe Ekufu timane na nka form Fremo Pare gina ho akonwa na wa chen no these are unequally shaped individuals. They are dangerous. So we cannot just sit and say these people, we should just allow them. We need to have standards. So be a bibia now see a china swan. She say and we are talking about Tokonu. And Tokonu today, former CJ. Tokonu say Yapamono as a Chief Justice in Ghana. Yapamono as a judge in Ghana. Or say Oko ECOWAS court. Now Oko court no Attorney General Bantiaman $10 million. No Oko Tanaso. No Fantukosia. You see, the sense of entitlement. They have no shame. Hey, when we bet ma Romu Okejetia edwa omu nyina ade chia obetwe na no moko asa betwam. These are azatalafo and formo. They are not shy about anything. Omo no omo ye Nkwasiafo dada. Upon the atuma mi we nyina o still up $10 million. Why na ento sa akosua no? Why papa na enko fi $10 million ne ma no? Oso akọ ECOWAS court. Na ECOWAS court no mabie bank wo Ghana. Omo ti ECOWAS court no. Omo de omo ka prabra say yemfa nsie. ECOWAS for na nkasa Ghana ye de omo ka emo ye ntuaye ECOWAS. Na the danko akufo de ba omiamo ECOBO ECOWAS for besia emo any beans. Ye ntua ECOWAS for sika bobo. ECOWAS na nkasa ye de omo ka. Was wako ECOWAS court. Omo meje 10 million. Ye ni Ghana ye de ECOWAS for ka emo. These elephants are animals. ECOWAS nankasa your mother no. ECOWAS your mother no. ECOWAS maame nankasa ye de ne ka emo. Mr. Yes, get me the story. We owe ECOWAS rice and beans. Yakwaji ye ntua. O say ai, o de Ghana ban akogina ECOWAS court. ECOWAS court na emo ne ye de be fidi omo no kra no. Ya bomu besia ye ntua ye. ECOWAS court no. Omo mo na ye de bo judge for de besia bomu kodi no. Enya ahonde betena se di asem no. Ya bo emo ne mu besia ba atasa Ghana ye ntua ye. Wo be ka check was omo meji usika wa atasa. O meji 10 million. Na no de 10 million ye. Wo sa tokodu we wo to ya wo de. Aisa lewa sha wo to. Into kwa na wo to ya me. Wo tokonu alewa sha wo to ya wo de dodo. We ni je wo ho. Hwe ye de ko was for ka emo beans and absence ye tua ye atasa Ghana. Ene ye ne nkota 10 million me ko was mfama wo. You see, these are things there are so many shameless people in Ghana. They don't care. All that they do is that they think we Ghanaians are stupid. Into our ECOWAS say up $10 million. $10 million. Now why papa 10 million? Why papa ko fo? Osiani no den wuram so kokuo no. Ye go twa koko fo ko ni 10 million bro. Osiani krampa o twa koko bottom yensa no osi enya no o fui odan wuram mo na ne siko. Akwaro chinobe video. Ghana owes ECOWAS 27,000 tons of rice and maize. Ye de ECOWAS ka. Atasa Ghana. Atasa Ghana atasa. ECOWAS now see okoji 10 million. Omo be 10 million we holo. Ye de omo ka emo any bro. Ye dua ye de omo ka 27,000 tons. E bro de mo ye dua ye. E bro any emo 27,000 tons. Ye dua po ma omo. Vasin kwesa de omo ka. Wasa ka je omo be 10 million free atasa Ghana ho. Now who just say Jimmy Tokodu pa Osuno Mame Otoya would de on Alewa shall to Tiama Otoya would de Osoria now the house I shall to par 5 any black and white inti Otwa Oshamo Kupe now Toya would de now and I'm kuka hey Atasa Ghana Yadiako was 27,000 tons of rice and maize Ekufuado Okwajieko was a form and you brew with ya Ekufuado Achichidie to me points cross border or cross border points or to me wure was kwaji omumu any bro 27,000 tons went ya or ba omia wo say yam beji 10 million ma wo ye ni atasa da ya ye ko was ajara one no ye ni ensa me ko was 10 million fama wo na ko was no mo no mo dini kura ye ni age ye se adua tokonu kope baby fa to kosi na kobo kotichiri kosi kobo kosi ya na ye fanye ti no ma no pa you see, this all boils down to how we allow people in Ghana to feel too powerful. You have been sacked as the Chief Justice. The Constitution has made it clear. You went against the rules and regulations governing your job. You have been sacked. Now you are no more a judge. Sip that. Sit down. Let it sink. It's a provision shop. So be or store in Mumbia provision store. And then you are form. Koketia. Omu gum nyoma bebre pam kofo motu nyoma kofa condensed milk kaneshi tea creamer this way energy drink ɛyɛ cowbell fefa nyoma nkakra gele na beton ɛwɔ store n'anim hyehyɛ die store wɔ store provision store nkyɛn open 10 million wo de esime na ekɔwe provision store nkyɛn tokonu go and get a provision store and start running that provision store. Madam tokonu kokumase me wafa asefo bebre me antifo bebre omko kwan so mo nyoma metuma mo number tin tomatoes eye intos omo ton eye beef omo ton eye geisha so semina geisha sa imperial leather semina ye twia ensanda omo betuma ma obi se baby say rexona udi fufo wie pe na de bia fa wano ho ehwam say sunlight enye de mu ha no de mu etake no ye tonton bebre okumase PZ what me ade udu a PZ boys akronfo ni bi omo be directo red for ni bi no kone ko tunyo ma be bie provision shop o dan anim o so na pa na otia no de wakin kan wo law mu nyina na o de kire nketesia na o mutwetwem no monhwe mu yi o untumi hyentade a etia na be ma fa wa emra de kire sei ene de be hu ho fa so o pe 10 million no ukotena so ukobutu so akoto kosua na say 10 million no o jare o de yedan Toko no 10 million o gya tena so bonkosua na say o jare ma ye hu de opese de ye ECOWAS ye ne atasa Ghana ya ko ECOWAS akwaje we buro eni de emu 27,000 tons ye ntia ye ECOWAS for ne meje 10 million ma o Jack issue ni nyina say the Ministry of Health and the omde abetudwa say 13,500 nurses placed on government payroll. In the end, Ministry of Health, Akando, or the Abetudja, Nanado Dankweku for the nurses now, almost 4 months to payroll some year campaign, and the NDC are buying at the San nurse for the to payroll, so 13,500. They will tell me Naka. A buying papaba. This is what we call governance. Also, we dear, say nurse Libya Bejina TV so a year the day. Someone Bejana say, NDC for Anyadi, also when you show who ding. That's an etched mind. Sanyoma way and also we na also wote nti imagine say NDC at 42 years unim de besi wo Ghana. Do you know what will happen? Every single thing is coming in place. Bibia air to turn akwem. So and that is what I've been talking to you people about. We need to understand aban way e bwedwuma and the president of the republic John Dramani Mahama oko eyedien ofanko ekwan na omoye no oko no oni eyedien contractor nakasa or say John Dramani Mahama pays a working visit to the Pokwasi in Sawom road project. On a contractor, I'm saying next year, second quarter of next year, you ready. This is a government that is willing to work. John Mahama nanka said to name Mumrika, Ako, site ho. Atichidiano eteso odeba umia, na omote Flagstaff House, numuri. With Gina contractors, no contractor number timeline. Or say, this project needs to be done. And Abino is ready and committed to make sure say sa of Anko Kwaina ya who did for 60 years no John Mahama Saba. John Mahama on a pokwasi. John Mahama on a year kaswa. On a year cycle. John Mahama on a year John Mahama Saba NDC Aba. What is your worry? They are coming to fix it and they will fix it. NDC only from the fixers. They fix things. NDC is the fixers party. They fix things. When you give them something to do, they will fix it for you. So the president today went there, spoke to the contractor and said this road, next year by second quarter of next year, this road must be done. Contractor said that is the timeline. And he's going to go back there again. This is a president who is practical. This is a president who is abreast of the issues. This is a president who wants to get work done. This is a president who supervises his own job. This is a president who is ready to help our more energy. Now, I'm ready to do the energy. A bit of who woman, dear, I say, John Muhammad, who energy no. Sabio, say, obey you be here. That's why this year, and you're one about who he knew. A bushia for Netnasi. Edit to a bushia nimka say, ya this year or your hene, obet me the hene. Say this year we oten crying. Ya catch and say, oh, medi hene, on peso beba. Ye tu nipa 9 nipa nu mon kon crying, na mon kobo to mbra. If say you will be with mua, or say I'm hene no odi. John Mahama energy need a who when you move. obedi so 4 years yen ye be decide energy woni mu enya ono ne be decide say you say energy na bi da ho wom e your mind Ghana na decide enya obi na ti baby decide enti so bi ka say oye this year on pese obedi ohene a mumbusa kokudua eye otumfo osedudu say time na onye ohene no e de na siye time wo ko school kakra o so ne de ahene de e de ndie emre no du ye no ye ko bo no chobo e de ba afie say wo bedi because ye hu ewo wu mu say wo betumi aye ohene a wo betumi di asantefo anim kokudua e preye ade chi ye na ne tusi akonwa so se asante ka se obedi se ogwafo ka se obedi se eye isremfo ka se obedi se bunufo ka se obedi se onyankopon yi se obedi a se nipa na koma na ye nyina ka yakoma bom ye ka se obedi a enya wo na obekire eye ye ne ye kire it energy na o use no yan bom pa ye se 4 years ne mra na energy ni da ho ho na se ye ne Ghana fo ho energy ni hu se bi da ho wo mu a eye ne ye be decide se John Mahama betene fie ana obeto aso a it is up to us. It is not up to anybody. It is not about what John Mahama thinks. It is not about how he feels today. It is not about what he believes. It is about what Ghana wants. And when Ghana decides what they want, Ghana will get what they want. And that is the word of the day.